Alright, so now the fucking awkward intro. Alright, what's up? This is Amiibro podcast, episode 3. We're here with our boy Nick. Tony gave me shit for not giving an intro and introducing them with a background story, but I met up with Nick, I want to say just the fantasy football draft. And other than
that's when we became friends.
Yeah, well, I'm saying like when I first met you, I feel like we didn't really talk for the first moment.
Well, dude, I don't know. I think I mentioned this before. You went to like elementary school and like middle school with me.
Yeah. Well, did we have
You went to like Ridgemore.
Did we have interactions though? That's what I was saying.
No, because you were a year older, but like I would like recognize you, you know.
Yeah.
But
keep it talking. Sorry, I'm just making sure.
Yeah, no, I would recognize you, but I never really like kicked it with you or like had like a mutual friend that like gave me a reason to kick it with you. But I knew who you were. Like I didn't really know your name. I don't think. But
I was just
you would kick it with like Ricky and Noah.
What the fuck?
I didn't like know them. I knew of them.
That's weird for you to just say like Ricky, honestly, because I felt like none of you guys.
You guys
Ricky.
all went to.
Yeah, that's
Ridgemore.
weird then. So like, well, how did you know like Ricky and Noah? Just seeing them around or what?
Well, they were a grade above me.
Okay.
I just kind of like, I don't know. I just like knew people. I was always like kind of good with names and stuff.
Okay.
And, like faces, like I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, cause with you, okay. So what I was telling Tony was that like in middle school, like you know how like there's always those random people that like you never talk to but you know their faces.
Yeah, it was like
for
that.
me. Yeah, for me I was yours, but like I never either ran across you guys or like I just never like, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
like even Andrew
notice.
Connor didn't really even know honestly, other than like baseball and stuff. But yeah, no, that's weird for you to even just say like Ricky No in elementary school, because that was wild. Then what was one of your teachers then growing up? Like in elementary.
Dude, I had Miss Detro for like 2 years straight.
What track were you on?
I was on A.
Then I should have some teachers that you have. Did you?
So, I don't even remember their names, dude. Like my elementary school teachers, it was so long ago.
That's so weird.
Yeah, I had Miss Baker.
I had Miss Baker,
you
third
had
grade?
Miss Baker? Yeah, I had third grade. Dude, you know who else also had my Miss Baker? My brother and sister.
That's wild.
Who are like 9 and 12 years older than me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like they knew she knew me.
Younger then.
She was even young when
she was
like
hot.
she was a
dude,
good looking
like,
teacher, dude.
Yeah.
And so she knew me. She's like, she saw my last name. She's like, oh, like shit, like Klein.
It's the Klein.
And then she like went up and like asked me, and I was like, yeah. And then like, dude, she like knew my whole family and shit. And, like my sister would like come to like our like I don't know like back to school nights and whatever, and like would talk to her and like. Yeah, and then like it was crazy, and like I showed him like a picture of like the family, and she's like, oh my god, like I would not have recognized your brother, because he was like super into like the heavy metal band like
and
at that time,
like, changed.
and he was like, you know, he grew up with like a normal haircut, like you know, normal just like white guy, and then he ended up getting like the long hair like emo like scene type stuff, and he had like a lip ring, and like he was just like, you know, he was like the punk like hardcore metal stuff.
That's fucking wild.
So he kind of like changed his appearance that way.
Did you guys have the knit headbands? Do you remember that? Did you?
Yeah, dude, we made those for the Navajo. Like we had a little about the Navajo. That was cool.
That's like a vivid memory for me. Like, oh, okay, just because I know you have Miss Baker, because I'm just gonna bring up memories I remember. Did you ever do like math problems or homework and she's walking around with a pretzel bag and she just gives like snacks, like chips to people?
Did you have to do? I think it was this class. The like ice cream times tables. Was that Miss Baker? That might be.
It sounds familiar, but like I just have like a few.
Like you got like your 1s, your 2s, your 3s, and like your 1s was like your.
Oh yeah, and then we got to build a sundae, right?
Yeah, you built the sundae.
Then,
the ones was like the bowl, and then it like got the.
She's
and
if
you got
the same shit.
If you got to your 12s, you know, like that was like the 12 was like the cherry on top, and it had like all the different like chocolate.
That was actually like cool now that I think about it.
That was tight.
That was a good memory.
That's a good way to like inspire kids to learn their times tables. You give them ice cream.
We're like dogs, like fucking training with food. But what other teachers did you have? Mr. Pearson?
No, but like I remember him.
Do you remember? Just name off your teachers,
dude. So I had 4th and 5th grade. I had Miss Detro both times.
Oh.
Because 4th grade I had her, and then like I think they got rid of tracks or something. You were probably already in like middle school because like I was in 5th grade and it was a 4th-5th combo, and like one of my good friends growing up, Linnell, you met him.
Yeah. I know.
And so he was in my class because it was a 4th and 5th combo, so like that was super tight.
Dude, the 4th and 5th combos are always the dopest.
I don't know why, it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because he was the homie, and I had this lady, Mrs. Cruz, and 2nd grade. Dude, I don't even remember. I don't know. Kindergarten. I had Katabjin. It was such a weird name, Katabjin.
Fuck, I don't even know my kindergarten teacher's name.
Yeah, it was
honestly.
weird. Yeah.
That is wild though. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, bro, I remember you.
That's so funny, dude.
I knew who you were, dude.
Like what?
But I never like talked to you, you know, like
Yeah.
I never introduced myself or anything like that.
Well, cause I always just hung out with that like the group I was always in, cause we'd play snot ball. Like maybe if that like do you remember like when
Did you ever play kickback? Dude, our school would always play kick like
with the gate fence, right?
No, like it's just like if there was just 2 sides and people were just kicking balls. Back and
Oh
forth.
yeah, that maybe that's honestly then, cause that shit was legit. And then we had this girl Alexis Garazzo. She
was I know who that is.
And it was funny because she was the only. It's like she was a tomboy, and then she ended up becoming like lesbian bisexual. Yeah. So I was like, I guess it makes sense, but
she went to so I went to daycare there. There was like a place called like YMCA, and that's where I met Linnell. I got there like I think I was in 1st grade or something, and like Linnell was in kindergarten, and there was a bunch of other people who went there. But at some point, like Alexis went there, so I became friends with Alexis too.
That's funny.
Yeah, and like she was dope. We would always play like like sports games, and she was like good. You know?
No, she was one of the boys.
Yeah,
honestly.
she
like
really
literally,
was,
she was one of the boys, and like we were just too naive to understand why she was one of the boys. But yeah, no, I remember.
She was just cool.
Kickback was always fun, but do you know the game Snotball though? Like, did you ever hear of that Snotball?
I've heard of it. I don't know how to play it.
Well, basically, like the backstop. How in Ridgemar we had the like.
Oh yeah.
So you hit the ball, you kick the ball and it hits the fence, and however long it goes away, you have to kick it from that distance. And then the game of Snotball is you have to kick the ball and hit the fence without it touching the floor. So you have to like kick it up. So then like there was always that strategy of hitting the poles, because then the poles would,
and then make you go. Away. Oh yeah, I played that game.
Okay, because when you said kickback, I thought of that first, but I totally forgot a kickball, dude.
Yeah.
But
yeah, dude. Me and my friends. I had this one friend. His name was Christian, and like we would kick balls and shit or whatever. But like we would get like kind of bored, and so we would just run through the middle. And just try to dodge the balls that like they were kicking at each other, and we were in like elementary school, so we would like pretend we were in the fucking war. Like there's like bombs like flying around, dude. And like one time my friend Christian got kicked in the face by a ball, like smacked him in the face so hard, because like after a while like kids like caught on to what we were doing, so they were trying to aim for us and shit.
That's what made it funny though.
And it made it more fun because we're like trying to dodge and like run through with all these balls.
Yeah.
And dude, he got hit in the face, dude, and he was crying so bad.
Fuck.
And like, I don't think he ever really played after that.
He never played after that.
Yeah, he was not about it.
Do you remember Capture Flag where you would have to wear like the vest and shit?
Yeah, the like yellow, the pennies.
Yeah. There was one time where someone and you wore flags. There was some girl that grabbed me by the vest instead and just fucking choked the fuck out of me, and I literally, thank God I have this action figure. I'm literally running, grabs my vest, and I just straight, like, landed like that. Oh,
shit.
And it knocked the breath out of me, but,
That's the worst feeling. I fell out of a tree one time, like, onto my back.
In Ridgemore?
No, it was, like, at the park. But, like, I got the air knocked out of me, like, bad, dude. I was like, I was like, dude, I never felt that feeling. I couldn't breathe. Like, my lungs just...
I've had one time where that's happened, and, like, in the moment, I feel like I'm gonna fucking die. Like,
yeah, dude, I thought I couldn't breathe. Joke. Like, I couldn't grab another breath of air. And I thought, I was like, what the fuck?
Like, it feels like your, like, lung is punctured, and you feel
like
you're
dude, it was like... It was like, and you like make that noise like when you like.
Yeah. So one last thing with Ridgemore then, just cause you went to Ridgemore, you played dodgeball, right? Yeah. Were you ever like super competitive with that, or was it just kind of like dodgeball?
I was pretty good. I was never really good at like throwing the ball and getting people out, but I was super good at dodging.
Yeah, I was so good. I swear to God, same exact vibe on that. I swear to God, dude, that's my favorite part.
Dude, yeah, I was good at catching the ball too sometimes. Like I was pretty good at that. Yeah.
I honestly, like, my vivid memory is dodgeball memories, honestly. And
Yeah,
then, like,
that was so
crossfire
fun.
and shit. Cause
Yeah.
did you have situations where when you would play, the girls wouldn't give a shit and they would literally be in the game.
In a group and shit.
And they would just be in a circle talking?
Yeah.
Did you, okay, so yeah, like, it's, like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. But did you ever have
shit, bro.
Did you ever have the strategy? Because we would play a game where we would try to get as many as we can in one throw, so we would jump and like try to throw
and
it
then
in
they
the
like
circle.
it's like a ping pong thing.
But yeah, but
Or not ping pong. What's the
something
pinball.
like that? Yeah, pinball shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was always our favorite thing. Cause it was just like we're playing dodgeball and they just act as if like they're not in the game.
Yeah,
but,
and then they all scream when the ball is thrown at them.
Yeah,
It's so funny.
But what was I gonna fucking say? I just completely zoned the fuck out. Okay, well, transitioning to even middle school. What were your teachers then? Actually, now that we're
I don't know, dude. There was a lot because we had periods.
Favorite teacher? How about that?
Favorite teacher?
I didn't think about periods, bro.
In middle school, dude, I don't even know. I was kind of a shithead in middle school. I was like, I was such an asshole, bro. Like, oh, dude, like I would just not. Just because someone like told me to do something, I would be like, no, I'm not gonna do it now.
That's some Tony vibes right there.
Yeah,
That's
I was such a
exactly
dick, dude. Yeah, Tony would tell you because I had like all like the same classes with Tony.
Yeah.
Like that's when I met Tony in middle school.
Oh,
like,
so you had like all periods together?
7th grade we had every class together.
That's dope.
And then 8th grade we had like a few.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, then how was that then? Like in middle school, like what are your favorite memories over there? Like with Tony and all
probably
that?
just like so it was in middle school. It was me, Tony, Henry, Lucina. Like the like short. You know who? Did you know who he is? He's like a shorter guy. Like
Haley sounds familiar. Lucina doesn't because I just think of Smash Bros.
It's not Haley. It's Henry.
Oh, Henry.
It's a guy.
My bad.
Yeah. He's like a shorter guy. He was always like really fast at the mile. Like ran like sub 7s, I think.
I think if I saw a photo of him,
he's like
there's
tiny.
A chance, but yeah.
Yeah.
I
don't know what he's up to nowadays, but it was me, him, Tony, and then Anthony Vasquez.
I know Anthony.
And it was just us like bullshitting, you know, like that was like the funnest time. Like we'd go to PE, and like we would always do like some fuck shit in PE, dude. We were like stealing.
I've heard. Yeah, go.
We
Yeah,
were like
that
stealing shit from people, bro.
Yeah.
Like we would So we would like, you know, everyone puts their like backpacks out like in the PE like before you go into the locker room, and we would wait in the back of the line. So then while everyone's in there changing to like go out, so everyone's in there changing. We would, you know, wait in the back of the line, and then everyone goes in, and then we're just like in people's backpacks, like stealing their shit. We stole like Nintendo DS's, like kind of like big things, and then Anthony's brother would flip them, like he would like, and then we would get the money,
Was there ever a time where it got sketchy, where you guys got close getting caught? Because I thought there would be a teacher.
So
outside.
like we kind of ended up stopping because we were kind of like, this is kind of shitty.
Too
like
deep.
it was kind of like we kind of like felt bad a little bit too. But like Henry and his brother, I think Titus, they would like they just kept going after it, dude. They were stealing like, you know, like phones and shit. And, like,
Oh, so they legit would take the phones.
Dude,
bro.
one time he he stole this kid's DS, and we were like in 8th grade.
Yeah.
And so this kid was in like 6th grade or whatever, and like he happened to like ride the same bus that Henry did, so he had his shit, and he was like sitting next to him like on the bus like one seat away, and like the little kid's like was talking to his friend. He's like, yeah, dude, like I don't know, like it was just there and then it was gone. Like Henry's just listening to it, and he's the guy who stole it. And the guy's friend was like, dude, like don't worry, like I'm gonna help you find it, like I'm gonna help you, like we're gonna find that thing. And then Henry's just like being a dick, like just kind of like laughing, and like told us the story the next day. I don't know if he ever gave it back, but I'm pretty sure he stole it.
Yeah, I doubt. I wouldn't.
One time, this is fucked up. Anthony stole, or me and Anthony, one of us stole like LJ's phone. This was before I was friends with LJ.
Oh, okay. I thought you guys did it as a joke. You legitly stole.
No, he stole his phone, and LJ's like, "Yo, someone stole my phone. Like, what the fuck?" And he like called out Anthony, I think, and he's like, "Dude, I'm pretty sure you stole my phone." He's like, "No, dude, like I didn't steal your phone." He's like, "I'll help you look for it." It's like helping LJ look for it in the lockers and shit.
Savage,
yeah, and like he has his phone like in his pocket. Yeah. Like Anthony's has LJ's phone, and he's like, "Oh, dude, like let me check your locker." Like goes and like sleight of hand like pretends to like pull the phone like out of LJ's shoe, even though like it wasn't in the shoe, it was in his pocket. He's like, "Dude, like it was in your shoe." LJ did not believe him at all. He's like, dude, you just fucking put that there.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, what? Just playing dumb, like, yeah, and like I think that was the last time that we started. We kind of like stopped after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, then like after that, Henry kept stealing more shit.
Damn, because I was thinking like
we were like fuckers, dude.
It's never crossed my mind honestly until you guys brought it up. But I assume you guys just didn't have my PE with me, so I never had to like think of that problem. But
yeah.
But that's fucking wild. And so they made a legit business out of that shit.
Kind of, yeah, because like.
Just,
I think Anthony's brother like had like he would go to like the pawn shop or something.
How old was his older brother?
His older brother was, I don't know, like 3 years older. He was like older.
He's in high,
you know,
yeah.
And
Damn,
his brother was like,
yeah,
his brother would do like way worse shit than we did.
Understandably.
Yeah.
Well then, damn, bro. Transitioning to high school then with all that, like what got you into wrestling and all that?
Oh, dude, so I did not want to do wrestling. I thought that shit was gay. I was like, I'm not. I was like, I don't want to be in all these singlets with these dudes just
touch
wrestling,
up on each other,
getting like ringworm and like all this fucking nasty
and
like
aggressive cuddling
diseases and shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, no. But I was playing football with everybody, and like freshman year.
Oh yeah, you played football too.
Yeah, because I played in middle school, and then in high school, like beginning of high school.
Did you play Pop Warner or Jeff?
I played Pop Warner. That's why I wasn't like super close with like Andrew Connor like until like high school, you know.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and so yeah, we were I was during the off season, like after our freshman year was like fun. Like all the homies were playing and like we were winning all these games and like you know, I'd get in sometimes and like, you know, I wasn't like super good, but like I would get in and like fucking try to tackle people and shit. And but it was fun, dude, because like there was like I like wanted to go to practice, you know, because like, you know, shit wasn't like that good at home, and I was like, dude, like fuck, like I'm like after school, like go to practice. I was at school for like 12 hours a day, you know. So and I was like excited to go to practice because like all my friends were there, and then after freshman year, our coach like forced us to do wrestling. Like, he literally forced us to do it.
Who's your coach? Was it Robles or some shit?
No, Espo.
Espo made you guys do... Oh, it's because you guys didn't have another sport.
Yeah, so
That's
like...
why.
So Connor and them, they were doing
sense.
baseball, I think.
Yeah, to give you context, my brother was... You know, went to our high school, and Espo was a dick about that shit. And, and
he made everyone run track, too.
He made sure that you were active during the off-season.
Yeah.
So you had to do something. But
so he made us do wrestling.
That makes sense.
And I did wrestling. I mean, like, I would always, like, I grew up, like, you know, like, wrestling, like, with the homies or, like, my older brother.
Yeah.
Like, but it was just, like, you know, that's all it was.
It's just fun.
But then I joined, and, like, I was kind of good, and I was like, this is fun, dude. I was just, like, wrestling my friends.
Yeah.
And, I just kept doing that. And then sophomore year, like, went back to football and, like, just wasn't, like, vibing with football anymore because it was, like, JV varsity stuff. And, like, I wasn't, like... It kind of like went like from the jump to like
it
freshman.
gets more serious.
Yeah, it got so much more serious, and I was like, dude, I don't really care. Like, I know I'm not gonna play like college football.
Like, you're really just there to practice.
I'm there to like, because all my friends are playing ball, and like I kind of want to too, because like it gives me something to do.
Were you a linebacker, by the way, or what was your
Yeah,
position?
I was linebacker for a while. I was like, because in middle school I was like on the line. I was like D line, O line. And then I was too small to do that.
You were O-line?
Yeah, for a while. Because I was one of the bigger guys. Like, well, when it was like weight class.
Year?
Well, when it was weight.
Warner,
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I was like considered one of the bigger guys, I guess. And
I was center, so I feel your pain.
I was tackle, bro. I was left tackle. Sometimes I would just fuck kids up, bro. And I was like, dude, I won like I would win like game balls and shit. Because I was just, dude, I would like fucking hit someone and like someone like, you know, is blitzing, and I would like get off that block and just smack that guy, dude. And I was just like, I was just sending it, bro.
Dude, I didn't know what the fuck to do. So they put me at center because center has less motions. You know how like runs and stuff, and you had your gaps and stuff. I would just basically hike the ball and block. So they just put me there because I didn't want to be in fucking football.
Yeah.
But yeah, with the right tackle. Well, did you ever play any like offense, or you just strictly like?
I was receiver a few times too.
Okay, that's dope.
Yeah.
I was too fat.
Dude, I was like, I remember I caught this one like touchdown, bro. Like highlight of like Pop Warner of my life,
touchdown,
dude. I was like running, bro, and like they just like they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna try you out receiver. And I was like, all right. And like I did good in practice. I caught like some like good balls. And they're like, all right. And they like had this like one play that was like for me, you know, like they're like, all right, yeah, it's like
the hot route.
It was like a Nick go route or like something.
It was literally called
no,
the
it
Nick
wasn't.
go.
It wasn't called that, but it was like I forget what it was called, but
it would be
like,
so dope.
But I
like,
remember, bro. I remember
route.
this so well because we were in the huddle. And he starts saying the play, and I'm like not really paying attention, bro. And he's like, he starts saying the play again. He's like looking at me, and he's like, and I was like, oh shit, that's my play. So I'm like, all right. So like we start like lining up, and like we fucking go, and I'm just running, bro, and like, and then also I like turn around and I see him like just chuck the ball, bro. And I was just running, and dude, I don't even know how I caught it, but dude, it just like ended up in my hands, bro. And I was like, and I remember like falling down, like this guy like falls down like on top of me, bro, and I was like in the end zone, and I like scored, yeah. And I was like,
fucking dope.
I was like, and I remember like looking down, and I was like, oh my god, like the ball is in my hands,
here.
like, and I didn't drop it. I was like, god damn.
That was like a movie scene right there. Was it home field too or what?
No, yeah, it was home field.
That's dope.
Yeah, it was tight as fuck, dude. It was like so sick. And then like the next game, bro, they like do it again, and I'm like going. I think I was like a post this time because I was in the middle of the field, and the quarterback like underthrew it because I remember turning around like seeing him throw it, and there was this like safety or like someone in the middle who just picked it off, dude. He fucking picked it off, and I was like, god damn it,
and
bro.
Was that the last
and
time
that was the last time.
That's not even your fault, bro.
I know, bro. That was the last chance I had
dude.
for that.
Were you like a tight end or wide receiver then?
I was a wide receiver.
Okay, damn. Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah,
man.
I was playing out wide.
They
never put me at wide receiver again after that, and I was like, are you kidding me?
Shit.
Like that was not my fault.
Yeah, no.
Our quarterback sucked.
That's pretty bullshit. Who's your quarterback? Do you remember his name? I might know.
His last name was like Beltran or something.
I can't think of. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even think he went to our school.
Yeah, I was about to say. No, yeah, I like for me, dude. I hated it because we would condition practice, and then like again, I didn't know shit about football. Didn't even want to play football because I was like, I was programmed for baseball, and so like they put me at center, and I would be so retarded, bro. I should say that word softly just because it's 2021, but I'd be so
watch out for the woke mafia.
Yeah, I grew up with the word, all right, but I was so dumb that I would fuck up the count, and I'm the center, and like I don't even do
shit.
Going back to like right tackle, right guard, whatever, left guard, you know, like they have motions depending on what plays, and like the center literally just stays in the center, and so like I literally didn't have to know any of the plays. I would just have to figure out on 1, on 2, on 3, and I would fuck that up so many times,
really,
because I was just stupid, dude. I was stupid, but
yeah, that's a fuck up.
Yeah,
sure.
but well, with wrestling, because you wrestle with the Andrades and everything, like
oh yeah,
like would you have like a memorable matchup with that then? Because I feel like we never.
Well,
even,
Nick
like,
Andrade
we never
was
about
just
wrestling.
He was fucking good,
just
dude.
The
whole
Andrades
family
were the gods.
good. Yeah,
they were the gods of wrestling.
And I would like wrestle, and his oldest brother was really nice, dude. I forgot his first name.
I think I know which older
but
brother
he
you're
would
talking
like
about. He cowboy vibes.
Yeah, he would go out of his way to like help me make a better wrestler.
He is a good dude. I hung out with him after high school.
Me and Nick were kind of the same weight class, and he was just way better than me. So like we would do like the wrestle offs before all of the like meets and stuff, and he would win. And so like I wouldn't like wrestle during the meets usually. I think there was like one time there was like a B team meet thing. Or actually no, I would wrestle during the meets, but I wrestled a weight class above.
Really?
Yeah, so I was always wrestling because Nick was better at our weight class.
Oh, but so you couldn't even compete in that weight class?
No, so during the meets, so there was like tournaments and then like dual meets.
Yeah.
And that's when like you're going against another school and you have like all your wrestlers in all the different weight classes and they match up.
Okay.
But like so I was like 165. And so was Nick, but like we would do like our wrestles off like 2 days before the like dual meet.
That sucks.
So and he would beat me. He would beat me, and so he would wrestle at 165 because that gives us the best chance to win at 165 against their 165. Yeah. But there was never really anyone at like 170 something. So I would wrestle at 170, even though
not too bad. I was thinking 185 for some reason. I thought you were. Okay.
But I was wrestling. It was like 176 or 178 or whatever. Yeah. But so I was wrestling guys who were like 10 pounds stronger than me.
Yeah,
so
like it's muscle for you guys, honestly.
Yeah, because people cut weight. They they want to be like at the exact fucking weight.
So were you doing that crazy shit like garbage bag on you? And
well,
shit,
so I didn't have to cut weight because I was wrestling higher.
You're wrestling higher, yeah.
So dude, I got kind of lucky in a way because dude, I would just eat all the time.
Because I felt like that's always in the movies and everything. Like that's what they stress.
Yeah, a lot of people, dude, like people would be cutting weight bad, bro. Like they would only eat like one fucking like carton of chocolate milk like the day before, like, bro, and they would just be running with the trash bags all over them. And I was like, dude, I don't know how they like survive. Like, and I was like, dude, I would be so like just just like malnourished. And
I would have that experience with football a little bit, but like well, going back to the malnourishment, like I was about to say with your experiences with training and shit, because I know you guys, like, that's the one thing with wrestling, like, I was never into it, like, I didn't grow up around any of the aspects, so I was never gonna do it, but, like, I would always notice you guys, like, I'd be driving after my practice, like, in baseball, I'd be driving and seeing you guys fucking run. Like,
yeah, they would make us run, and in the wrestling room, they would turn up the heat. So we'd be wrestling, like, getting all sweaty, like, wrestling each other, like, doing our conditioning, and, like, they would make us do, like, what are those, like different, like when you have like different zones and like you're doing a different workout at like each zone, they would have that like
I know what you mean. I don't know the name
like a
either.
hit training
Cycle
or like
some shit.
Yeah. I can't think of it.
Yeah,
but we'd have that and they would turn up the heat, bro. And I remember, so I kind of got fucked over too because like one year I got a bad concussion.
Yeah.
I was like wrestling this guy and I got like thrown. And I landed somewhere, and like someone else was, because we would all like wrestle like in the room, and someone else was like wrestling someone else, and like they got thrown, and I got kicked in the head like really hard, bro.
Fuck.
Yeah, dude, like my neck was like fucked up, bro. Like
your neck, dude.
Dude, yeah, it kind of like was like down, like
where.
It
what part did it? What part did it hit you? Like, do you remember?
I don't know. I don't really remember, but I remember having like almost like a neck pain about it too.
Yeah.
Like my head was hurting so bad. Fuck. And I got diagnosed with a concussion, and I like missed that season. And then the next season, like my senior year.
Oh, you missed the entire season.
Yeah, because it was like halfway through, and like I had it like pretty bad.
The rest of the season, then.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
But yeah, and then like senior year, I got like a really bad. I like fucked up my foot, like a really bad like midfoot sprain.
Yeah.
I thought like I broke my foot because this dude, I was wrestling another guy who's like 180 something. But, like, I always had to wrestle, like, the fucking bigger guys for some reason. Because there wasn't anyone else for him to wrestle. And, like, I was 170, and there wasn't really anyone else for me to wrestle. So I had to wrestle the 180 guy during practice.
Yeah. Well, so figuring out point systems, it's like 165 wins, but you don't technically win as a team until everyone goes through, right? It's not individual wins.
Yeah, it's points, too. So, like...
Okay.
The points carry over.
Okay. Because I was thinking, like, why not try Nick... you know, at 185 or whatever. Or sorry, you know what I mean. 170.
Well, Nick's gonna be. He's just gonna mostly. He's probably not gonna win the 185. You know.
Or sorry. Well, you said 170, so I'm saying like, why not try him at 170 and then give him a good battle? He might not guarantee win, but still have a better chance of winning than you, and then you can try 165.
Well, because we'll probably both lose. Because Nick is better than me at 165, and then having Nick wrestle someone who's like 15 pounds heavier than him. That'll take 2 L's as opposed to like Nick wrestling someone who's his weight and Nick already being like really good. Because if he wrestled someone like heavier than him, like even though Nick is really good, this guy can just outmuscle him.
Yeah, it just seems like you're but like it's
yeah,
like
I got like
it's like WWE.
I got the shit out of the stick, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's like the WWE and your character is meant to get his ass beat, like just unfairly.
Basically,
yeah,
but,
like,
whatever.
Fuck.
Yeah, dude. What was I talking about like right before that?
Fuck. You were talking. Well, you're just wrestling in general. Fuck. I fucked that up.
Oh, so yeah, I midfoot sprain. So I missed like my whole senior year. Yeah, because I had it like bad, bro. I thought I broke my foot. This guy landed on it, and I heard like a crunch sound, and like Gabriel Ramos, like he's like, bro, like I heard like that shit pop, and dude, like it was hurting so bad.
Where was he?
He was right next to me.
Oh, okay.
But he's like, he heard the crunch too, and I was like, oh my god, like, dude, probably like some of the worst pain I ever felt. I thought it was broken, and like my shit was so swollen, like,
yeah.
And I remember like chilling there, and like just wanting to like cry, bro, because like it just hurt so bad, and like I knew like I was gonna get like fucked over, because like the next day we were supposed to go to a tournament, and the nurse comes in, and she like feels how like hot the room is. She's like, you can't like have these kids working out in this type of environment, bro, because they turn up the heat. And then Coach Robles is like, nah, they're fine, fine, whatever.
They're not pussies.
Yeah. And dude, the nurse was like, no, this is not okay, and like they kind of got into it for a little bit.
Fuck.
But yeah, and then I had to go home from school because our wrestling practices were in the morning. Like before school.
Yeah.
So I had to like I was like waking up at like 4:50 in the morning, bro.
Yeah. No, I know, hardcore. Dude. You guys, that's why I was like, what the fuck? Well, with your foot sprain, your left or right
and then
foot?
I was on crutches for a while, bro.
Damn.
That shit sucked, dude. It hurts your armpits pretty bad.
Well, I
you're
learned,
like going from class to class, dude. It's a mission just to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a hip impingement, so for a while I couldn't lift my thigh up, and I had to use crutches, and I learned that I just had to use my like hand grip and lift myself.
You gotta lift up. You gotta use your triceps.
But was gonna say, well, I have I have a question on each of your injuries. With your foot, it was your left or right foot?
It was my right foot.
So with your right foot, act like this is a foot. I know this is a bad example, but like what area was it?
Dude, it was midfoot, but like the guy,
so
my
right
foot
here.
was up, and the guy landed like that, bro. Like it would like crunched like almost down.
Do you still feel pain from it?
No, I'm good now.
For
a while,
it might have been fractured, low key.
I don't know, dude. There's still like there's kind of like a lump almost there.
Oh,
like
yeah.
it kind of looks like, I don't know, like during the healing process, like something happened, and like all the inflammation probably like kind of like left like a little. Yeah. I have like a little lump like in the middle of my foot, my right foot.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, that shit like fucking hurted.
That shit
hurted bad, bro.
But well, so like for instance, the reason why I asked that is because when I got in a car accident, I was holding a phone. I was with Brandon Castaneda. He goes, "Oh shit!" I look up, and then as I see the car, I block my face. Airbag comes, and I smack my face with it, and I hairline fracture my wrist. But I don't know if I can do it right now. But ever since then, I could pop the metacarpals in this area.
Oh yeah.
And like I can't do it with this hand, but hang on. Yeah, I can't do it right now, but
I heard something.
Bit. Yeah, but that's what I was gonna ask you. I was like, can you like, has it loosened up your fucking joints? Because honestly, I'm pretty sure this has like less grip strength. Nowadays.
No, I'm good now. For a while, it was like it hurt to run. Like I kind of feel like I had to like learn how to run a little bit differently, like or like transfer like the weight on my foot like kind of differently. I don't know, but I feel like it strengthened my foot too, because like. I feel like it was using, like, I had to learn to use, like, more, like, of the muscle in my feet instead of, like, relying on, like the, like, bone structure, if that makes sense, you know?
In a way, yeah.
Yeah, and then, you know, now it's fine, so I'm, like, totally good.
Well, with the concussion, then, what I was going to ask is just, like, what's the experience of a concussion?
Dude, so mine was kind of bad, and, like, I would kind of get, like, emotional, like, for no reason sometimes.
Whoa, so it's that wild, then.
Yeah, bro, like, I was, like, I would kind of, like get like angry, like frustrated, like almost like emotional, bro, like for nothing. And like I kind of had to like realize that like I'm just kind of fucked up right now, and like it's like not actually.
I'm on my male period right now.
Yeah, that's kind of how it felt, dude. And I was like, oh, dude, like
fuck?
yes.
I didn't know about that. I thought it would just be your orientation of balance and stuff.
No, it wasn't like that. And like I was it was crazy because I did like the concussion test and I took it. And I thought I did really good on the first time.
and then
I didn't do good on the first time. And then the second time I did it and I thought I did bad. Yeah. And I did way better than I did on the first one. So like that's like when they found out like, you know, I was good now. But it was kind of crazy because I thought I did so good the first time and I ended up doing like shit.
It's like fucking drunk test, sobriety, whatever you think.
Yeah.
But
and I was just getting headaches, dude. Like I just had headaches like a lot all the time.
Well, how would they test you though? Like, what would they test you on? Because I saw my brother.
It was like it was like a brain test. Like you would like take some shit on the computer, would like have you like memorize like numbers, and then they would like numbers in squares, and then they would like make it disappear, and you had to like remember where the numbers were or whatever, and like that's kind of how it would score you. It was kind of like little like memory shit. Yeah.
It sucks for someone who just naturally has a fucked up memory. They just got 12 concussions back to back.
Well, that's what they do. They make you take it and they like set a baseline.
Yeah.
And then then you take it again, and depending on like how, you know, the deviation from the baseline, you know, they can tell if
Okay.
You know, you got fucked up or you didn't.
I forgot they do that.
Because they would make us do concussion tests before, like, football, too.
Yeah.
So then they knew, like, when we did get concussions, they'd make us take the test. When they had, like, a suspicion, like, we got, like, fucking rocked or something.
Mm.
And they're like, oh, like, you might have one. They would make you take the test. And depending on, like, how far you were from, like, when you took it when you didn't have a concussion.
Yeah.
So if, like, you scored good or better, like, you probably don't have one. If you do a lot worse, you most likely have one.
Yeah, because with baseball, we did that too. The problem was, you know, it's baseball. You're like, realistically, the only person that's probably going to get a concussion is someone that gets a baseball to the head, which is rare, or just the catcher. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
But I do remember taking the test. I just never really understood what it was for, honestly.
Yeah,
it was just kind of like, I was like, okay, I thought it was for eligibility. Low key. No, dead ass.
They're
I
like,
really
you're
thought,
too stupid to play.
Yeah, that's what I really, like, honestly. But I just probably wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. But well, with wrestling, football, like, was there ever a sport that you kind of always kind of wanted to play, but you just never did?
Swim.
Swim?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I kind of wanted to swim.
That.
Dude, I'm a good ass swimmer.
Dude.
Like, I'm telling you that I'm good at swimming.
I do this and this, and I'm fit.
Dude, because, well, I grew up with a pool.
True,
and,
true.
So, like, I was naturally, like, pretty good at swimming. But, again, I thought it was fucking gay. I didn't want to wear those Speedos, dude. I was like, dude, I'm not going to do it.
But then you get to see the girls in water polo with their nice little...
I know.
Looking...
I kind of wish I played water polo, too. I wish I did more of the, like, water sports, but I never
Well,
did.
it was, like, very late, honestly.
Yeah, water polo, like, just got there, like,
was,
at our school.
They were supposed to make a pool, I think, in
yeah.
20... Like, we were supposed to have a pool, I think, in 2014.
Mm-hmm.
And then, till this day, nothing.
Yeah. So, dude, like... Right before COVID hit, I was training to be like a lifeguard for like yeah. And dude, I had that shit. Like we had to go like I forget how far, like 1,000 meters in like 20 minutes or something. You had to like swim that.
Dude.
And I was doing that like in the pool, like I was doing under 20 minutes, like 1,000 meters. And yeah, I had Balto he's a lifeguard.
Oh yeah.
So he was like, I got like free training from him.
Yeah.
Because like I was already pretty good, but like he showed me, all the like technique of swimming and like, like everything. But yeah. So and like we were just starting to get like into like more of the like ocean stuff.
Mm.
And dude, the ocean is like a total different story. Like when you're in there,
it's a life of its own.
You jump in and it's cold as fuck. So like you kind of get like the like shock. You're like you kind of like lose your breath, so like it fucks up your breathing, because breathing is like everything in swim, because it's all rhythm, like you gotta time like your stroke with your breath.
Yeah.
And if your breath is like shortened, like it kind of like fucks up your like rhythm and your stroke and everything.
Tempo. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's like if you're not used to it, like you like it'll throw you off like pretty bad. So we were starting to train in there, and then COVID hit and they canceled like because, like, you had to do, like, the 1,000 in 20 minutes. That was, like, the qualifier.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had to do, like, a run, swim, run thing. You had to, I don't forget, like, what the, like, qualifications were for that to, like, pass. But you had to do all those. And then COVID hit because the tryouts were, like, in April, I think, or something, or March. Mm-hmm. And, COVID hit, like, during that time. Yeah. So then they canceled it for that season. Yeah. So I didn't end up doing that. And then... It worked out, though, because I ended up, like, doing Instacart, and, like, that was way better. I was getting paid more. Cause it was only,
really?
Yeah, dude, they only paid, like, $16.50.
An hour, or?
An hour for
when it wasn't full-time
for lifeguard. It's on this... During the summer, it was full-time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say, $16.50 is not that bad, but, like, the physicality of it.
Yeah. And I was kind of down, like, to, like, learn all that shit. I was like, yeah, like, I was into it. But it didn't end up working out. But yeah, it was crazy because I go on like my morning runs and shit. I've been running like almost every day.
Yeah.
I'll run like almost like 4 miles. And yeah. And like I was running past like, because I do it on the beach because I live in Carlsbad now. But I'm not like
in
on
slow motion.
Yeah. Well, and I saw like all the lifeguard like trainers like because they're doing it again this year. Cause,
is Balto still working as a lifeguard?
I think a little bit, but he's kind of like done with all that, and he's trying to join the Coast Guard.
Oh, okay. Oh, damn.
Yeah, he's trying to join the Coast Guard right now. Yeah, and he's like, he wants to be a pilot, I think.
Damn, I did not see that coming.
Yeah, like for like the helicopters.
Yeah.
But he's gonna, he already graduated, so he's gonna do like the officer program. He's just kind of waiting.
Oh, shit.
To get like a date or whatever.
Just wait,
Yeah, I'm not really.
Damn, son.
too familiar with that stuff.
Yeah, well, it's funny because you're talking about lifeguard, and it's like I worked at a lifeguard at Vegas, and obviously you're in the ocean and everything, so you actually have to be physically trained.
Mm-hmm.
But I was in a 4-foot
You were
pool.
in like a pool?
Bro, my training process is we just sit there watching these videos, and it's like they just give scenarios, and it's like they give us a video scene of just like a pool, and they're like, find the person that's drowning, and it's just super obvious, like there's just someone just fucking like this, and you're like, and they're
it's probably that guy.
Yeah, and they pause, the instructor pauses, he's like, do you guys see him? And we just all go like but then on top
Blue's Clues shit, like where is he at? It's right behind him.
And then our physical training was we had to swim back and forth 4 laps like in our pool.
Yeah.
And what ended up happening, it was me, this girl, and this dude, and we're all new. And the guy's like, all right, swim your 4 laps. Like, if you can do 4 laps without stopping, like, you're good. If not, just let me know. And he says that, and then he's wearing regular clothes. He goes to the bathroom to change clothes. So after we get to the second lap, we all, like, just kind of look at each other, and we just naturally just stop. And then we just wait for him to chill.
You're not going to snitch, you're not going to snitch.
Yeah, well, because there's a 4-foot pool. Because, like, realistically, bro, is like, if someone's drowning, like, worst case scenario, I hop, and it's not like a big pool.
Yeah.
4 foot. I just jump in and lift the baby up.
Yeah.
And jump in. And,
you don't have to jump in
it's
and, like,
more
swim
being,
him
like,
out
aware
of there.
than, like, physical.
Yeah.
And the only time I ever got scared was the 4-foot pool at the adult pool, because if they got fucking drunk, dude, like...
the junkies.
Dude, there was one time there was a 300-pound dude blacked out.
Oh.
I put it on my Snapchat story when it happened, because that was the day I put my 2 weeks in, because I was like, fuck this shit. So he was blacked out. When we would do these things, we weren't allowed to, but like me and my coworker, ironically Nick, we would do like just have fun with the guests and stuff.
Yeah.
Because the adult pool, we wouldn't have our supervisors. Long story short, we were doing a cannonball contest, front flip contest, and we were running that shit. And then this 300-pound dude goes, you want to see me do a front flip? And I was like,
fuck yeah.
Again, he's 300 pounds, and like, I didn't know what to say to him. I didn't know if he was going to be mad or not, because I knew he's like fucked up. But I was just thinking, like, I was like, oh, okay. I was like, what about a cannonball? And he was like, oh, I'll do a cannonball. Dude, this fool just goes straight. Thank God I have these fucking action figures. I just broke the leg. Oh well.
He doesn't need to like do cannonball.
So you think he's gonna do this, right? He does this.
What the fuck?
And a 4-foot
Does he
pool.
hit his?
He hits his head, bro. He hits his head.
My.
And he hits his head.
What?
He pops back up though, so he's conscious. So what happened was, okay, so this is what happened. I'm standing there behind him, and I was like, yeah, because I knew he wasn't gonna do a front flip, bro. He's 300 pounds, so I told him to do a cannonball. Cannonball, head dives into a cannonball formation.
Flip anyway.
Right when he hits the water, I literally like just panic, because I'm like, bro, because we have like flotation fights, but I was like, dude, he's 300 pounds, like, is this shit even gonna work? And I was like, how the fuck is this gonna work? And I was just like panicking like in the moment, and then luckily within that panic, he comes up, and he's kind of like dazed, like I know for a fact he fucking hit his head, bro, and he was like, oh, I don't feel so good.
He said that?
Yeah, he said that, and then because he did the cannonball and we were talking about it and stuff, everyone was watching, and right when he said, like, oh, I don't feel so good, dude, dead ass, like, half the people heard that, fucking went out the pool, because they just knew he's gonna, like, throw up or something.
Yeah.
And so he landed on the side, he went on the side of the thing, and he was like, bleh! And then everyone left after that, and then, I called 2 security guards. I was friends with security guards. Ironically enough, the 2 security guards they bring is this like 40-year-old like short woman, like 5 feet, and it's like, how the fuck is she gonna help me? I put on the walkie. I was like, hey, I got a pretty big guy. He's really drunk. Needs help outside the pool. Can you bring a wheelchair?
Yeah.
And some help to help me like put him in the wheelchair. They bring me a 5-foot 40-year-old woman.
Oh my god.
To help me, and she's just staring there. I was like, what the fuck? I was like. And then I didn't want to be rude, so I was like, instead of being like, you sent the wrong person, I just was like, can we get some more help? And then they send me this, like, I know a lot of security guards that are in shape, because we talk about sports and stuff, and they sent me this, like, fucking, like, lack of the better word, he was, like, nerdy, out of shape, just, like, again, not gonna help me. Mm-hmm. And we had to get him out of the pool and shit, and it was to the point where, like, I don't know if you ever, like, team lifted with someone and you're lifting more weight. It was to the point where I was like, I know for a fuck I'm lifting more weight, and I was panicking that I was gonna fucking drop this dude. But yeah, that's the only time I actually felt like a lifeguard. The rest of it, I was just paid to people watch. But yeah. But anyways, but with Instacart and everything, did you ever have like an awkward experience with there? Because I've had some awkward DoorDash experiences.
No, dude, nothing bad at all, really. Everyone's always like super, like thankful that I like brought them all these groceries. They're like, oh my god, like thank you so much for like serving your
country,
our community. Yeah, no, like because it was like COVID prime time, so like, and I'm just out there, so like people like. I didn't really take COVID too. I mean, I had it in July and then I was chilling. So like, yeah, I was just cool with like going out there.
I was
and,
freaked out initially, but then
initially, and like I have asthma, so I was like,
yeah.
My sister's like sending me these fucking like
just making it worse.
These articles making it so much worse, bro. She's just like, yeah, be careful, like you have asthma. Sends me an article. This guy died because he had asthma and like from COVID, and I was like, dude, like,
thanks.
Like stop, stop that. And I was like, you need to not send me these. She's like, I just want you to be careful, and I was like, you're sketching me out. But I was fine, dude. Like when I had it, I really didn't even have a cough. Like I felt fine.
Yeah.
Like breath, like respiratory wise.
Yeah.
But it was all I just felt super sore, like over my whole body, like aches and pains, like in my joints and stuff. And I thought I was just like super dehydrated because I was like drinking like a few days before.
I don't remember you bringing up that you had COVID. It just hit me.
Yeah, I mean, I brought it up a few times.
I still want to hang out with the homies now.
No, I brought it up. No, because it was the 4th of July when I had it.
Oh.
Because Andrew was like having a party, and then
I do remember that, but you didn't confirm it was COVID. You said
I said I don't know, like I was like I might have COVID, like I'm not gonna come out.
Anyways, keep going.
And I just like went to the beach like with Balto and like 2 other like homies, and I
instead of hang out with you guys, I went to the beach.
Well, because I didn't want to give like fucking COVID to Andrew and all his.
You just wanted to give it to strangers,
family and shit. Yeah, well, and I wasn't even sure, and like I told them, I was like, hey, like I feel fucking weird, but they're like, oh, dude, we don't even care, like fuck it, like let's just go out, and I was like, all right, and so went to the beach, like just like drank a little bit. And like kicked it, and then I gave them COVID.
Oh fuck!
That's how I for sure knew I had COVID, because they tested positive for COVID like right after.
Oh fuck, dude!
And yeah, they got it worse than I did, and I was like, I was chilling.
Damn, and you had the asthma too. That's wild. Maybe, bro, maybe all the swimming was helping out. And there, my Balto's lifeguard too, but
Well, I didn't give it to Balto. I gave it to the other 2 dudes.
What were their symptoms? Did you ever find out?
Yeah, they had COVID because they got tested.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, I was just saying, like, anything different from yours?
No, they were just like, I think they got sicker than I did.
Just sicker,
yeah.
Touché.
I don't know.
That's fucking wild. Cause I had some COVID scares where, well, like I smoke and stuff, so it's like I just have like that smoker's cough when I stop smoking for a few days.
I had to stop that.
So then, and that kind of motivated me to stop for a little bit, and then after a couple weeks, bro,
and then you're like, fuck that shit.
Yeah, like, you miss that feeling, and I don't know if I miss the feeling or I'm addicted, but
it's like habit forming, you know, like it's not like physiologically addictive.
Yeah,
it's like. You just like want because it like releases the dopamine or whatever when you smoke, and you're like, it helps relax you too. So like if you're not used to it,
yeah, because like, that's what I try to tell people. It's equivalent to like just choosing to drink soda every day. Like after a while, it's just like you just prefer soda. It's not necessarily
because like that's your habit, you know. And it's always hard to like break a habit because like you gotta like learn to like just deal without it, you know.
Yeah, well, dude, I was fucking addicted to. Well, not addicted. So during COVID, it's like you can't do anything.
Yeah.
So like I would low key get to the habit of just like drinking every day. So what initially happened was I just bought a case of beer just to have a case of beer, and then like I would just like drink the whole day the first day, and then the second day came in, I'm like I still got beer, so then I would drink the third day, and then because it was a case of beer and it's just me,
you just got
and
all
like
of it.
No one in my house drinks, so it's just like I was the only one drinking. So like I think it took 4 days to kill the case, and then because I had the habit of like just like 4 days, I was like, oh, I need to buy another case.
Yeah.
And then I fucking do the same shit, and like I just unintentionally, without thinking, became an alcoholic. And then I was able to kick weed pretty easily because it's just harder to get. It's just more annoying in California compared to Vegas.
Yeah.
And then but this.
Oh, this was in Vegas.
Well. No, in Vegas, I did have, like, I was smoking weed a lot. Like, that was the only thing. Because I usually just commit to one thing. So it was Vegas, and then I would have, like, puff bars here and there.
Yeah.
But the puff bars in Vegas were inconsistent. There was one time I took a hit of a puff bar, and the juice wasn't in the cartridge. It was outside. Like it was just a fucked up like puff bar. And I dead ass just like a straw just sucked up all the nicotine juice. And to make matters worse, they had
disgusting.
They had all the flavors gone and there's only coffee. And I just was like, all right, I'll take coffee. And fucking coffee vape juice, bro. I drank it. I drank it right outside the door. And I was so dude, like not even coffee? Not coffee, bro, not coffee, like chemicals. It was fucking. I literally was like gagging. And the dude was on my lunch break too. I was gagging in front of the smoke shop, like right after I closed the door. I throw it in the trash, and then like I realized like fuck, I can't like return it. So I just like basically just gave him $10. Honestly, just I gave him $10 to fucking make myself gag. Yeah. And then so then that night made me stop doing it, but I was like smoking weed because the dispensary I would have to pass it before. Sorry, I would have to pass it to get to work. I would have to pass it to get home. So it was always easy. But here it's like they only do deliveries, and then the only dispensaries, at least in this vicinity, you have to drive a decent amount, honestly, and it's out of the way. Yeah. So I was so when I came here, it was alcohol. But anyways, But so going back to COVID though, I fucking forgot. Oh, so I had a few scares where I thought I had COVID just randomly. There was one time where I went. There's Knott's Berry Farm. They were running like this like food thing. It was just like a food taste test. And the person I was with, Jonathan, he hit me up like 2 days later, and he was like, "Hey, just letting you know, like, I just got tested positive for COVID. Just want because we hung out, and I didn't feel any symptoms or anything. So I was like,
could have been a carrier.
I was like, fuck. And then I went to Big Bear like 3-4 months ago with Brandon Navarro and all them.
I was supposed to go there.
And
or no, that was the one.
It was the one before, but honestly, you could have went again. It was fucking
I didn't have the money at the time.
After it gets expensive, honestly.
Yeah, but, getting a cabin and shit.
They tried anyways, but so we went to Big Bear this year, and then or last year technically, and we get home and same exact thing. Like someone, this dude, he was like, no one knew him except our friend Mex Anthony.
Oh, that's the worst.
And he was like, hey, I got tested positive for COVID. And then all of a sudden, everyone in the group chat started talking about, I've been feeling this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, fuck, like I have it for sure this time, you know? But again, I just didn't have any fucking symptoms. So it was just like, I was like, what the fuck? So I don't know if I escaped COVID or if I'm lucky where for some odd reason I get COVID and I just have symptoms. Or I'm even more lucky where I just didn't catch it at all for some reason, honestly. Like, but I'd be interested to test my antibodies, but I'd rather test them.
Are you gonna get the vaccine?
No.
Me either.
So the interesting thing about that, and I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna pee real quick because all the fucking beers, bro. I actually learned a fun fact, bro. Once you pee, it's done. You gotta pee way more after that. Yeah.
Breaking the seal.
Breaking the seal. But anyways, my whole philosophy is. Bill Gates before COVID, before Corona even existed.
Bill Gates is sus.
No, this is the thing though. I get that, but I'm saying Bill Gates was preaching before coronavirus, before China even had it. He was preaching about a pandemic happening, this and that, blah blah blah, warning us.
Was in textbooks
they were making documentaries and everything, and then COVID happens, and then he doesn't want to take the vaccine. Like, I'd like to believe that. Like, I'm not saying he's the smartest person in the room. I'm just saying that him being aware of the pandemic and being scared of it, where he's preaching about it, and then a vaccine comes out for that pandemic that he predicted, and he doesn't want to take it. Like, I'd like to believe he knows something that we don't. He's
too smart for me to trust.
Well, that he might take the vaccine. We just don't know. Is that what you're saying, or what?
No, like I really don't trust him.
I need context, though. I need context,
bro. Like, you know all the shit that like he was kind of doing some shady shit with with the battle against like Steve Jobs, like when, like Microsoft versus Apple, like all that thing.
Keep talking. I'm just gonna yell and hopefully it picks it up.
So like, he's too sketchy for me to like. He's too smart, bro. Like smart people, like they know what they're doing. They don't. Sometimes they'll play dumb just so you think they're dumb. Yeah. But they're actually like, that's all part of their plan. And he's so smart, bro. Like I don't exactly trust him because like, why is he just this like massive billionaire guy, like trying to like what's in it for him? I feel like he's too smart for something to not be in it for him, like I don't know if he's like really like just doing this out of the kindness of his heart. I feel like he's kind of like using that as like a mask. You know?
I
feel like there's something that, like, I don't know and most people don't know, but, like, he knows, you know?
So my whole, I gotta talk louder just in case the microphone doesn't catch it. My whole thing is there's this show called Utopia. It's on Amazon Prime, and
Yeah.
and it's about how the government administers diseases to kill off people for overpopulation.
Yeah.
And long story short,
They could be in it with the elites, dude.
Yeah, so this is what I'm leading into is long story short with that is that they realized like to control population instead of killing off people, we'll just make people infertile or infertile, whatever the way you pronounce it. And the way they make people infertile is making a disease, and then when they administer the vaccine is what makes people infertile. And that's how they learned how to control. I'm not saying that's exactly what's happening, but just basing off. Again, I'm not saying like the show was made because it's true, but we're not sure. But just building off of theories and stuff is just the idea of the possibility of like, what if he's not taking the vaccine because either he knows something that's gonna happen to it or some shit. Because it's so bad to say this as a source, but you'll enjoy it. Is like Alex Jones. You missed that podcast because it got taken down, but he was talking.
I watched most of it.
Okay. So you understand, like, is the idea of regular vaccines, you put the dead virus in yourself, and then your antibodies learn how to beat that shit up, and, like, they get confidence or whatever, and they learn with the
this
vaccines.
Is an mRNA vaccine.
Yeah, so. With the vaccines that we have now, is just it's not a dead virus, it's just genetically modifying our cells, and
yeah,
it's I don't know, like
it gives so the mRNA it gives like basically a blueprint on how to fight the virus, and it tells like your DNA, your cells, to like how to make a specific like antibodies for the virus. Like I don't know if it's really like, I'm not saying like there could be other shit, but like like as far as I understand, like the mRNA stuff is like pretty solid, and it could lead to better medicine in the future, because it's kind of been nice that like COVID so because COVID happened and like everyone's fucking tripping out about it, science behind like all these mRNA vaccines and all these different things have gotten way more funding.
Yeah.
So like, because that's always like the issue with like science.
Based on money.
Yeah, because like we're always like trying to like, or I say we, I'm biochem guy.
You have the right to say we, and I don't. let's be real.
So we're always trying to like fucking do stuff, like always trying to do experiments, but you got to like go through all these like jump through these hoops just to get like funding and like an okay and like all that stuff. And then there's been like a lot of funding for like all this research. So like the mRNAs, like vaccines, like you can use that for medicine, as in like you can like program, like you can like send in mRNA and almost like program like your cells to like create a drug that will fight off whatever you have. And they're talking about like using it for like cancer, like causing like cancer cells to do like apoptosis, which is like like program like cell death. So you like put in the mRNA, and then your cells, mRNA, it's like, it stands for messenger RNA, and like that's what programs like, that's like the blueprint for like proteins in your body, like enzymes, and like enzymes are like things that like do like all the work in your body. And so you can do that to where like you give them a blueprint and they can like create an enzyme, create like almost like a drug in your, like your body will make the drug for you, and then it could use that to fight off whatever disease that you have.
It's just, oh my god.
So like it's kind of like going that way. So it's like good, like the science is kind of checking out, and it's good that like this happened, is all this funding is happening, because it could lead to a lot better like medical.
It just blows my mind. I don't know if you can see it in my eyes when I'm listening to you, dude.
Because it could lead to some cool ass shit, bro, for sure.
It's
but
weird.
Also, I don't trust Bill Gates. Like, I just don't really.
Well, so the hard part for me is like, I'm not a dumbass that will preach people like, don't get the vaccine. I just personally
you do whatever you want.
I just personally I just acknowledge that this is a new flu virus, whatever. And this is a new vaccine.
If I don't need it, I'm not gonna do it.
And that does weigh a toll on my belief on it. But it's more so like, to say it bluntly, it's like they're guinea pigs, and I'd rather just not be a guinea pig for as long as I can.
It was honestly. Like the process to like get like everything okayed. It was expedited like quickly. You know, like they couldn't have like, you know, like COVID was only around for a year, so like you don't know, like the side effects past a year or past even less than that, bro. Because like I guarantee like all the like trial runs were like only a few months long.
And I learned, so you know we had the first spike and the second spike?
Yeah.
I learned that the testing on figuring out what works and what doesn't is inconsistent because what happened was the Moderna and the Pfizer vaccines were being tested before the spike, so their stats are better. And then J&J, Johnson & Johnson, whatever, when they were testing out theirs, it extended during the spike. So it's not their fault, you know, but like they tested during the spikes. So they found out, or based off stats, they made Johnson & Johnson a shit vaccine. But like in reality, it was just bad timing. Like you think about it, but I don't know, bro. It's just it's not a cure. I'm not downplaying it. I'm just like I don't know.
Yeah.
If you got pee, by the way, let me know. But
oh yeah, I'll just go.
Yeah. I'm just going right now.
I'll just go and I'll get up and go. But yeah, dude.
I gotta make sure
you never know.
Recordings. I'm scared that I didn't press record. Okay, yeah, we're good. We got half a battery.
Yeah. What was I about to say? Yeah, dude. Like you just, for me, like I don't do things unless I need to. And I already.
Well.
You know, I feel like we're kind of like past the point of like COVID. Like.
Yeah.
You know, like it's, like for me especially, like I get it that like. You know, the older population, you know, they need this shit. But for me, dude, like, COVID has kind of been over. Or, obviously, like, I've been dealing with, like, the, like, shutdowns and stuff, too. Because, like, everyone is. But, like, my worry about COVID has been gone for, like, a long time. And I feel like we're kind of at the point where we just gotta, like, move on.
I got really desensitized to it,
especially with the shutdown stuff, bro. Like, they just need to, like, chill out.
It doesn't make sense because there's certain places, you know, like bars and stuff, they're still open, and like that's a high risk factor, and it's like if that's allowed open, why isn't anything
And dude, the
else?
science behind all that stuff like doesn't make sense. They're just doing it for like, you know, to get reelected, you know, and like they just want like to make it look like something's being done,
things,
you know, like
say
but like
right
the
things,
whole like shit
actions.
like you fucking you gotta like come into the restaurant with your mask on, but as soon as you sit down, you can take it off and just talk and spray your
fucking sense. And you're in the same spot.
Yeah, bro. Like they're just doing it because like they have to. Like if you're really like worried about like scientifically, bro, like that shit's gonna get everywhere. Like if you're really worried about like COVID getting places, like you're gonna be more thorough about like your regulations and your restrictions. But like because you know, it is the way that it is, like, they gotta, like, make an attempt to do something. And so then it makes them look good and they can get reelected later or whatever. And that's... Bro, I read this fucking one report. They're opening up theme parks again out here in California.
I think they're open. Disneyland's open from what I know. Yeah.
So, bro, they're, like... And, like, other theme parks as well. Like, they're probably, like, half capacity. I think all the, like, roller coasters and shit were closed. And,
that's like
so they're like opening.
Like
I know.
Exactly. That's like why
they're like opening everything, and then they're saying like open, but like no screaming on the roller coasters.
I saw that, but I thought it was a joke. I thought it was like
I thought it was a joke too, but I kind of looked more into it, and
it's a real rule.
Bro, people are just saying that.
It's a real
people just
rule.
say bullshit because like they think it's like, well, no, like politicians will just say shit like that.
Okay. Because, so it is real. Okay.
Because they want to get reelected, and they want like people to be like. You know, like the people who are voting, like they want their politicians to be COVID conscious.
What's dumb? Because I saw the dumbness firsthand in Vegas. Because Vegas was very fucking stupid about it. So, for instance, I worked activities in lifeguard, and they got rid of our activity room because of COVID. But then they allowed, because the pool was outside, bro.
Yeah.
They allowed everyone. Again, people are coming across the country to Vegas because it's still open. Once it reopened after the first 3 months. Because it was outside, it was safe, and no one was wearing masks. Everyone's coming from around the country, and no one's wearing masks in the pool. But the activity room's closed because it's indoors.
Yeah.
And they would be wearing masks indoors, so like it would.
And there's really no difference between indoors and outdoors.
It'd be safer. And in Vegas, they went so it was like phase 2, phase phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Phase 3 was like more lean back. They went back to phase 1 and the rule, there's just a bunch of loopholes. Phase 1, they went back to phase 1 and the theory was all the bars had to close down if they only sold alcohol. That was the rule. But every bar in fucking Vegas sells food. So it's like nothing changed. Because when we first heard it, we were like, oh shit, like Vegas is going to close. We're going to lose our jobs again. And then it finally hit us like literally after a week. We're like, dude, every bar sells fucking food. Like nothing changed. Like it's just to act the part. Like, on paper.
That's what it is. Like they're just like, you know, they have to make an attempt. But you know what one of the bars in Carlsbad did?
What?
They so like, you know, the food thing, they had to like, you know, serve food or else they can't just serve alcohol. So they started serving us bags of chips with our drinks. Like, bro, you go to the bar and like just all around the bar there's just like bags of like Doritos, Cool Ranch, like fucking Cheetos.
That's dope,
like
honestly.
Lay's. Yeah, just like no one's eating the chips.
Yeah.
They're just on the bar and they're just like feeding us drinks. Like, but like they get away, like that's a loophole, you know? They're getting away with it. And like, dude, more power to them. They like California like has fucked over so many like small businesses, restaurants, especially because of their regulations. And they're all like, most of them are trying to like, you know, deal with it. They're trying to like stay in business. So they're like fucking making like these like things outside just so that, and then they like cancel it and like they spend like thousands of dollars to like move shit outside.
You have to invest in something you're already losing money in almost. But keep going.
And then they say like, oh, you can't even do that. And it's like, well, I just spent thousands of dollars trying to do that because that's what you told me to.
Yeah.
And then now I can't. And like, and then businesses are just fucking dying, you know?
I know the police department, at least in our district with Riverside, openly made a statement saying fuck Gavin Newsom. Literally, like they're just like fuck our
Dude,
fuck our
and that's
governor.
why I love about the US. We can just do shit like that.
Yeah, and like that is when I truly see like why USA is freedom. Because even if you have the higher power saying something, we still have somewhat of a power.
And that's how it is with like the president in the states too.
Yeah,
like with the whole like California, like how like weed was like still federal legally.
That's what I was gonna bring up.
And then like California was like, nah, that shit's legal over here.
In this whatever mile radius.
We're gonna keep smoking the reefer, dude.
This shit is funny.
Yeah, dude, it's tight.
Well, did you ever have a rec card?
No, I never did, dude.
Who were you getting it from? Like, did you have a dealer or something?
I just had homies. Who like when. Like I had so when I was in college I had like one of my roommates.
Before college, because the reason why I'm bringing it up is because I feel like for us, honestly, I feel like that's when we like really became like one-on-one friends. You know what I mean?
When I would
you know what I mean?
We smoked blunts.
Because you were Andrew's weed father. Bro, we would hop the fence at my backyard and go to the fucking Menifee Lakes just to be on the bridge, like as if someone gave a shit.
I forgot his name, dude. I think his name was.
You love blunts, dude.
I think his name was Warner or something. But we used to play football with him, and he was my guy. Like he would just,
Warner.
Yeah, he would like. I was like, yo, let me buy like a gram, and he would just like give me a gram, and he would roll it in a blunt for me, and I was like, that's perfect. And I would just smoke the blunts.
I miss those days when like 2 grams would last like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was tight, dude. He would just like hook it up. He would roll it for me because I still don't really know how to. I can roll, but like I'm not.
Blunts are a little harder, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's why I bring it, because dude, like I felt like that's honestly when we like truly, because I think
that's when we were really like connecting.
Yeah, like to be real, it was like we were group homies and everything, and like Smash Bros and all that. But I think initially I was hanging out with Tony more just because I met him first and like met him before all that, like even before fantasy football. And then I feel like weed is really what like opened us up and got us. But yeah, because there's times when we went to like a park and like went up the little hill and just like smoked and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
do you remember Connor's house?
Yeah.
When he smoked way too much and he's going off like doing some crazy shit, like running around and smoking. Yeah, and then he started cleaning out.
Yeah, that was an iconic Snap story of like fucking tiny tits are still appreciated. Yeah, you fuck. But
was that same night?
It should have been that. It should have been that same night, because I remember because he has like the big plot of land, and we were at the orange tree, and we were eating oranges, like having the time of our lives, and like Slender Man, that game just came out, or like a year or whatever. So, and I brought it up, and then Connor like looked at me and he's like, "Why do you have to ruin it?" And we were like, at least for me, I was like starting to get paranoid and shit, and he was getting paranoid.
Yeah, he started getting super paranoid. We were like, oh shit, dude, remember we had to go get water at like, his like grandpa's house?
Yeah.
Like sneak in.
Dude, I was about to say, I feel like I feel like with me and you at least, like when it comes to, if you separate the amiibos and like the aspects of different relationships, I feel like with me and you, like we just always like enjoyed just, you know, this is why we got beer and just getting fucked up. Like, but I don't know, dude, because going into drunk stories and everything, like it's just funny because it's
oh, dude, I got so many of those. I got so many of those.
What's funny was you would always get well, it depended. Like for instance, like if I was driving, you would get more fucked up, and then I finally, like, I wasn't driving, and then I learned like, oh shit, like it's my turn. Like I didn't intentionally, but like I realized like fuck. But I feel like we always, like, all our good memories are honestly like with drinking. And, like I cherish those.
Fun, dude. Like you just get kind of fucked up with your homies. You let loose, you know, like, you know, you just don't really have shame. Like you like, cause like with the homies, like, so what if you do something stupid? Like
you just completely,
no one cares. Like, you're just like kind of like no holding back. Yeah, and it's fun. Cause like you got to do that sometimes, bro. Like you just gotta like let loose. I feel like people take life too seriously also, you know?
Especially nowadays.
Yeah, bro, like just, you know, enjoy your time here, and like don't take it too seriously. Don't fucking like so many people will just like drop like homies for like some bullshit, you know? I wasn't even like thinking about that until I looked at you in the eyes, and then I like remembered, and then I remembered like what happened recently.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know, like life's short, man. Like enjoy it.
Absolutely.
Don't take yourself too seriously.
I think that's what I it's not necessarily that we need like alcohol and substances. It's just more so like it's like a shortcut, you know what I mean? Like it just quickens things up, and I think
it's fun, dude. Like drugs are like, you know, like you know, don't get addicted to shit, but like, you know, it could like advance your life, you know, like you get drunk and high like every once in a while or whatever, like and it's fun.
Cuz So that's what I learned, especially just with my personal life, is the idea of like, obviously you shouldn't be doing it every day, and there should be control.
You don't want to make it like a big habit out of.
But the number one rule I learned based off of my own like experiences and struggles is the idea of like, just only do it when you're with someone. Like when when you're with someone else, like, don't do it alone.
When you're starting to like
don't
mask emotions and shit too, like that's when it's bad.
Yeah.
And dude, I'm fucking Irish, so like I started drinking when I was like 12.
Yeah. For real?
Bro, yeah, probably like my first beer I was like 10 or 12.
Okay, the way you said it sounded like you were like drinking, but just taste it.
I'd have like 3 beers and get kind of like drunk.
Yeah, and dude, that'll get you fucked up at that age.
Yeah, I was like, and it was fun, like whatever. But me and my buddy Shane, his dad they were Irish too, and like, so his dad always had like a full fridge of Guinness.
That's why
this is one of the reasons why I'm a big Guinness fan.
That explains so much. Never knew that.
So, and I hated it at the time, bro. I hated it at the time, and like we would steal his Guinness,
and he wouldn't know.
We would go outside like on the street like at night and like just like fucking drink them, and like he would never be able to finish his, so I would like drink his. So like I would get kind of like drunk. However much like 3 beers can get a 13-year-old drunk.
I was about to say it's gotta get you.
Yeah, like you feel it
at that age,
and it's like, oh shit, I'm drunk or whatever. But like growing up, like my family fucking drinks, and like there's a lot of my family, like we all have like my dad had like, it was like like siblings of 6, and then my mom like siblings of 5.
Okay.
So I have a shit ton of cousins, like so many, and like when we go to like family parties and stuff, like we grew up like kind of like, oh shit, I just accidentally like butt dialed something.
But that word.
Yeah, so like when we would like we grew up like knowing that like family gets fucked up, you know, like and we like see like we're like no strangers to like alcohol, so like
especially when it's family,
you know,
I feel like there's an open door.
And then you know once we kind of got older, like in our like teens and stuff, like you know like the cool family members like sneak us drinks and shit, and like so we're like drinking like young, dude.
Yeah.
And but it's kind of good too, cause like you know. We like learn how to like deal with alcohol. Like we don't like get too fucking like weird about it, you know. Like I'm like I you know I get like fucked up sometimes, but I usually just fall asleep or whatever, you know. Like I don't fucking go off and like do some crazy shit.
Bro, you play hide and seek though nowadays.
Yeah, I
you play hide and seek, bro.
I always like I fucking grew up like just like fucking with people, and I think when I'm hammered, I'm just like.
That's why you do it. You should. I swear to God, Nick, bro. Every time, like when it's mainly,
I was like, oh, you can't find me here.
That's what, like when it's mainly me and you, and I feel like I have the responsibility. I always have that thought in my back of my mind, like just be prepared to like have to find Nick, like dead. And there's nothing wrong. Like,
no, it's like
I don't think of
shit.
it negatively at all. It's just more
I
so
try to hide from people and shit.
Yeah, it's just like that responsibility deep down in my heart where I'm like, I gotta make sure like I know where Nick's at, cause then that fucking night happened.
That night was bad.
That night was bad, dude. That night was bad.
Dude, that night... Should I tell them? Should I explain the night?
Just the context, just so we have it ingrained.
We started off that day going to the Ducks game, right?
Yeah. That was dope, dude.
And I was fucked up. Like, at the Hooters, I was hammered, dude. Like, I barely remember Hooters.
I remember, you drank more just because I drove, and
I was pounding that tequila.
Dude, it was a dope ass night, bro. We got nosebleed tickets, and then again,
and then we finessed.
Photoshop
got
tickets.
Like center ice.
Dude, I swear to God, we got like $200 tickets.
Yeah,
bro.
I know.
We were center ice and that shit. And we got on the fucking jumbotron.
Yeah, we did.
We got on the jumbotron.
We were on that shit.
We made friends with a little kid, and I'm sure the parents weren't proud of that. But like,
well, I feel like the parents are always like kind of laughing, you know.
Yeah,
like, we weren't doing anything.
We weren't weird. We were just obviously
like
drunk,
making
bro.
like shit like that.
I just remember him going.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was a.
And remember we were talking to those moms in front of us?
Dude, I don't remember. Oh wait.
We were talking to them a little bit. It wasn't anything crazy.
I'm trying. Well, yeah, like that night I kind of like browned out because once we got to Old Town, I was like.
Oh, once we got to Old Town, it was done, dude. I was so fucked up.
But yeah, dude, fucking went to a Ducks game, got fucked up. Photoshop tickets center ice, got on the jumbotron. You got a number at Hooters, but then
I got that girl's number.
She was hot.
She was hot, and then I totally just forgot her number on the table. So I wonder if she just saw that.
I remember
just
that.
Disrespected. Like, just wanted to prove that I forgot it. I wanted to bring it, but
I was so upset
because
I was like,
I remember her. She was cute.
I was so upset because I was like, bro, you got a fucking. Not only did you get a waitress's number, you got a waitress's number from Hooters.
Yeah, it was tight. She's like, yeah, I'll give you my number.
And I was like,
and yeah. So then we were drinking in Old Town, and we saw a lot of the homies.
Well, your homies and shit. Yeah.
And dude, I was supposed to like meet up with this girl, and dude, my phone broke. Like I dropped it or something, and it was smashed.
So
I couldn't like do anything on my phone, you know, like I only had like
that happened
20% of my screen I could see anything.
Oh, it's just audio now.
Okay.
But yeah, so what I was gonna say with those, did your phone smash with fucking like during the night or like
I dropped it
after the night?
It was already kind of getting fucked up because like I had dropped it beforehand.
Okay.
And then I think I dropped it again, and like it was getting worse and worse, you know.
Yeah.
And then it was to the point where like I couldn't really do anything, and then my phone died. So like I was, you know, I couldn't hit up anybody, and I was super fucked up, and I lost you. Ended up like finding one of the homies later on. His name was Christian.
No, you found him before.
I found him before, and then I found him again later on.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, "Yo, what's up?" He's like, "Dude, I'll call you an Uber." And I was like, "All right, for sure." I told him my like sister's address. But I was so fucked up, dude. I thought I, like, was, like, gonna go all the way back to San Marcos in the Uber. And I was like, dude, no, I can't do that. So I run away.
That's why you ran away. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I ran away from, like, the pickup spot.
Oh, my God.
And then I was completely on my own after that, bro. Just wandering. Had no idea where to go.
Yeah.
Like, just chose a direction and just went that way.
Yeah.
And I ended up, like... like through the night, cold as fuck, bro. Like, I remember, so like right after, I was like, when I fucking like really just like figured out that like I was kind of screwed, I was like, I'm like in this shit by myself. I go to Denny's. And I get, like, I order, like, all this food and shit. I order, like, 2 cups of coffee, bro. And I'm just sitting there, like, at Denny's, like, just, like kind of, like, pep talking myself, bro. Like, I was like, I gotta fucking do this. And I'm, like, drinking the coffee. I, like, ate, like, the eggs and, like, whatever else.
Yeah.
Hash browns and shit. And then I was like, all right. And then, like, I got out. And I started walking. I found, like, a Best Western. I was like, how much is the room for the night? They're like, oh, it's, like, $150. And I was like, fuck that.
Yeah.
So I left. And I just kept walking, bro, through the night. And I remember it being so cold. And I was like, if I stop walking and like just try to sleep somewhere, like I might freeze. Like I might have like hypothermia.
You just pulled an all-nighter, right?
Dude, I pulled an all-nighter.
Yeah.
I was just walking. Dude, I walked miles and miles. And I was going like to different like gas stations and like Jack in the Boxes, like trying to get someone to give me like my charger, because like I didn't remember that my phone was like smashed, fucked up.
You just need a charger.
I just knew it was dead.
I remember no one gave you, right?
No one was, bro, because they thought I was just like a bum homeless guy, and like, and they're like, nah, bro, I don't have a charger. I was like, you lying ass, like I know you got a fucking charger, bro.
Yeah, piece of shit.
And like people like behind the gas station counters like weren't allowed to like let me use a charger or something. Like it was against like company policy or something. I was like, that's whack. So I kept walking, bro, and like it was like 5 a.m, and like Starbucks had like just opened up, and I like found a Starbucks and like was just posted up in there asking people if I can like use their phone to like call like my sister, and like a few, like one dude like let me like use his phone, and like I called my sister, and it was like almost like 9 o'clock at that point, and my sister was still sleeping, but like left a message, like went to like Walmart, bro, and like used their phone to like call my sister. And eventually, like, my sister, like, picked up and, like, came and, like, picked me up. And, I got, like, some more food. And, dude, I just remember being so tired, bro. Like, the most tired in my life, bro.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, my God, dude. And I was, like, just in survival mode. I was like, this is the worst time ever. And then, there was, like, a Verizon right next to that Starbucks. Had to get a new phone, like, right there. I had to sell my Tesla stock. Right before it blew up. Bro? Yeah, dude. I had to get a new phone, so I had to I should have sold my Netflix.
Yeah.
I sold my Tesla.
Who would have known, though?
Who knows it was going to go up to $1,000. I didn't know Tesla either,
because it was a horizontal stock. It just kept going up and down. And I honestly never...
And, like, that was, like, the most recent stock that I bought. So I was like, all right, like, I just bought that one. I'm going to sell it off. And then it was, like, $250 at that time. Or, like, almost $300. It was enough for me to get a new phone. But then it, like, took off, bro. $700, like, $900. And I was like, God damn it, dude. I was like, if I didn't get so drunk that one night, I would have made like $800 off of Tesla.
Yeah, that sure hurt.
I was so angry.
Well, to give you, so you kind of know the perspective, but just for the sake of whoever doesn't know the context, if whoever does listen, but with me, I was, we picked up that one girl.
Yeah.
Because the funny story with her, yeah, you can go pee. I'll say it loudly. The funny story with that one girl was she was
talking to her at Coin-Op.
Well, yeah, she was coin-op, but what was funny was that she was friends with my friend that I never met before, because me and him would do YouTube videos. Like, we would just play video games back in the day, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we were making YouTube videos and stuff, and then we got into this woe war, which is the woe dance, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's when I was posting a bunch of shit on Instagram about the woe war, and she ended up starting to follow me because Alex was posting his Woe War challenges, and then she would like follow me to see what I would respond with. Mm-hmm. And she randomly hit me up saying like hey, like, you're in California, right? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, well, I'm in California with family, blah blah. I think was it Christmas time around that time?
Yeah, because it was winter.
It was something around that time, but she was with family, whether Thanksgiving or Christmas. And I was like, oh, you're in California? Like, what town? And she said Temecula. And I was like, no fucking way. Like we live in Temecula. So then that's why we picked her up. And, like, I never talked to her, bro. Never talked to her. And we picked her up, and we went to Old Town with her.
And we were in the car.
Yeah, and then we met Alana. She's not gonna fucking see this shit.
Oh, dude, she hates me now.
Yeah, again. But yeah, so fucking... we go there and we meet Alana. We like kind of we're just talking and we go to Coin Op, I think, or we went to Coin Op and met them after. But then like she was giving me vibes where I was just like, you know what, fuck it. And then we were just vibing. And then she went on her own and got a ride home. But then this other girl hit me up while we were at Pub and Grub. And like, it was in the fridge. We go to Pub and Grub, and then while we're at Pub and Grub, and that's when I lose you. This girl hits me up, and at that point I was trying to find. Yeah, do you grab it? I don't have a bottle. Give me the ultra. So we're at Pub and Grub. That's that's when I lose you. And then that one girl
wandered off to talk to a girl on the phone, and then my phone died.
Oh fuck. Okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah.
But so then anyways, we're at Pub and Grub. The girl that we picked up and we drove to Old Town with, she ends up just getting a Uber back home. And then I was trying to find you and I couldn't find you. And then I was like, I remember I was with your homies. We were like hanging out for a little bit. And then like me and that one chick were just chilling. And then she left, and then I was trying to find you, couldn't find you. I was texting you at first, and then you weren't like responding. So then I called you, and then it just immediately went to voicemail, and I was like, fuck. And then I called you one more time just in case like maybe the service went to voicemail again, and I was like, shit. And I was like, and I was trying to find you and your, like I thought you were with your group of homies. I spent probably 30 minutes just kind of going back and forth. Like, did you stay in Pub and Grub? Do you remember?
No, I left, dude. I was doing some crazy shit. I was
so
like hopping
sense.
Fences, bro. I don't know. I was just drunk, like just moving.
That's what I'm saying when I say hide and seek, bro. So then, okay, that makes so much sense because I was like, how the fuck am I not running into you? So I went around Pub and Grub like honestly like 5 circles. I didn't go upstairs though, and that was my regret, and I'll tell you later on. Anyways, I went around circles. I don't think anyone was supposed to be upstairs anyways, but went around circles, couldn't find you. And then I convinced myself, I was like, all right, he just went with his homies. Because I assumed your phone died when it went to voicemail. I was like, he's with his homies. Like, I gotta trust he's with his homies.
Yeah.
And then, again, another girl hit me up, and, like, she was just, down to, fuck. So, like, that's why I was like, all right, well, okay, I'll go there. And then my whole thing was I was gonna hang out with her. And then once I was done with her, if I still see your car, I'm going to call you just to see if you're good. Like, just maybe you found a charger or whatever. Again, thinking that you're with your friends and you just went to their house. Mm-hmm. I end up staying a little longer than I should at this girl's house. I come back home, it's 4 a.m. and I see your car, and I'm like, fuck. I was serious. I was like, this is bad sign. Like, this is bad sign. Because I thought you would text me eventually, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I didn't get any texts. I see your car, and I was like, fuck. And like, I called you again, I think, and then you just, again, same thing, just went to voicemail, and I was like, all right, like, I just have to trust. And I went to bed, I woke up, and then your car was still at my house. And then I was like, shit. And I swear to God, dude, I was like, I had the intuition of, like, the only thing that makes sense is if you, ironically, you did. I was like, you have to still be in Old Town. And I had this thought of, like, I gotta drive out there and get you and shit. And then I was like, realistically, I was like, he doesn't have his phone. I don't know where the fuck he's been. I don't even know if he was committed to even try to walk from Temecula to Menifee or just went to his house. And so then I was starting to tell him, like, what was funny was my intuition was right, but then I started second guessing my intuition because I was like, oh no, there's no way. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, I was chilling, and then you finally hit me up, and then I was like, fuck, dude, I could've, because I think I woke up around 12 a.m. like noon. So I don't know if you.
Bro, I went to bed at 11:30.
Oh, okay.
A.m.
Okay,
bro,
okay,
that was like.
So I would have been too late.
I was up for
then.
like over 30 hours or some crazy, bro.
Dude.
Like. It's insane, bro.
And then and it's just funny because then finally I had my moment to like black out in front of you. Well, you didn't black
you were
out.
Funny.
But
I didn't black out.
Like honestly, bro, like you guys leaving me are like total respect. No, like dude, you could have just left me at Pepe's. I wouldn't even been tripping.
No, dude, I was not gonna leave you at Pepe's. I was like, hey, like Chin's house is literally right down the street.
Yeah.
Like, let's just take him there. And they're like, all right. And like those guys are all like really cool with me.
Who's
like,
called in? How did they get in? Because I didn't call anyone.
We gave them your ID.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Was I just like?
Yeah, you were like fucked up in the back seat, and you're like, yeah, give him this or whatever. You knew how to get in, and like we didn't have to like really do anything. And then I think I was called in too already. But yeah, we got you in and like we fucking dropped you. We dropped you off here, and we're like, all right, bro, like go inside, like it's time to go inside, and and you're like, hold on. Bring Balto over here. Like, I need to tell him something. And we're like, all right. Like, Balto comes over. And, like, the whole time, even at Pepe's, you're like, just kept trying to tell us, like, secrets.
That didn't exist.
But you weren't, like, telling us, like, any, like, legitimate, like, info, you know? Like,
You're just mumbling.
Like, you would talk, but it was always like, they don't understand. Like, they're all posers. And we're like, what are you talking about, bro? And you're like, they're fake.
Spies.
But you wouldn't elaborate, you know? Like, it was just like you weren't actually saying anything. You were just saying that, like, there were spies and
I was
shit.
just on repeat then. I was
kind of, yeah. You're kind of the same
I could see
shit.
that.
You're like, bring Balto over
That's
here.
for sure blacked
Balto
out.
comes over and he's like, what's up? He's like, dude, and you're like, said like the same shit. And Balto's like, bro, like, I'm gonna tell you what everyone else is telling you. Get the fuck inside. Like, get the fuck in your house, bro.
My bad for being annoying though, because that's the one thing.
No, we weren't like mad at you. It was
Yeah.
it was like hilarious. I was just, when I'm drunk, dude, I'm just laughing. And then fucking one of the homies' girlfriends like had to like pee in front of in front of your lawn and shit. It was kind of ratchet, but whatever. And then we're like, all right, like Chin, like, you're not understanding, so we're just gonna leave you here, bro. Like, you're in front of your house, like, you can figure this out. Like, you have to, because we have to leave.
I did not figure it out.
I was like, because we have to leave, bro. And like, you're like just chilling there, like posted on like the car hood, and like one of like your car, I think. And we're like, all right, like we'll see you later. And you're like, yeah. And then like, yeah, we left, and then we went to that night we went back to our place. And Balto was trying to hook up with that girl, and
I thought she was with that driver.
The driver was a chick. Oh wait, oh no, different girl.
There was another girl. I could have sworn I only.
No, not in the car.
Did you?
They were outside the car. It was this blonde girl.
Did he meet her? Was that one of your friends? Or
It was
did
one
he
of
meet
our
her?
friends.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Dude,
So like yeah, so like one of the
home.
homegirls, like it was those two, and then me and Balto, and like that's how I got home, because like one of the homegirls was like sober enough to drive my car all the way back to
Dead ass.
Yeah, so that's how I got back.
Okay.
She drove it all the way back, and I was fucked up like just listening to songs, and she was playing like Ooga Chaka, Ooga Chaka.
She was playing the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. So I was like hyped to that, and like yeah, Balto was trying to hook up with her friend, and like it was just me, her, and then her friend, and then Balto. And like they're like making out, and I try to like make out with this girl, and like I had known her for a while, so like it was kind of like a little weird, but like I was drunk and I was like, dude, I feel like I need to, and like I was like kissing her for a little bit, and then she's like, we like stop, and she's like, you're drunk, and I was like, yeah. But she was apparently like talking to some guy and like didn't want to like fuck it up or something.
Oh.
And so like that was kind of what it, and then like so she ended up like breaking up with like ending things with that guy, and like just the other night, like Friday night.
Hell yeah.
Well, I'm not like into her, but I was like fucking drunk, and like,
yeah.
I kind of like felt obligated that I need, and then she
I felt obligated.
you know,
to
like
get my dick hard.
you know, I don't know.
I was just
and
making
then
a joke. I was making a joke.
And then yeah, we're like all hanging out, and she's like telling me that like she just ended things with that dude, and she's like kind of hitting on me and shit.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, like I would kiss you again, and I was like, oh, ha ha ha, like just like laughing, like don't want to kiss her again, like ever again. But
it'd be
yeah.
like that sometimes. Well, to give you, you already know the context, but again, just whoever's listening. So when you dropped me off, I don't remember, but based off what my mom told me, and she was very like gave me short details. So I don't truly know what the fuck happened. All I know is so I'll say this one thing and I'll backtrack. I woke up and I was like, oh fuck, like I don't remember how I got home, and then like I didn't know like what happened, and then I went to so I woke up on the couch. And then I went to I went to my room, and my bucket hat was in the laundry basket, and it just had literally a shit ton of puke. Like literally, I threw it away, bro. I threw away my bucket hat.
Oh my god.
I love that bucket hat.
Yeah.
And I had that bucket hat for years, but
You did.
It was full of puke. I just threw it away, bro.
You were getting a lot of compliments for that bucket hat. And they weren't, like, backhanded compliments either. They were just, like, they fucked with it.
But fucking, well, because I felt dumb, because I knew I knew in the long run a bucket hat was dumb, but it's because we're going to Old Town, and I only really knew you, and, like, usually when I go out to bars and stuff, we're with a group of homies, and it's like, and Balta wasn't showing up either, well, I wasn't thinking about the bucket hat. Anyways, bucket hat, when I wear a bucket hat, and I think this is what happened, I call it the incognito mode, because that way, like, I usually just get, like, fucked up and I don't have to make eye contact with anyone. Like, I just got the bucket hat.
Yeah.
And I think that's what subconsciously motivated me, because I swear to you, bro, I never blacked out in public like that. Like, I've never blacked out in public. I've been super drunk, but never.
You were hammered, dude.
But, anyways, I guess, you know the story, but again, just saying context. I guess I had keys to get in my fucking house, and I was ringing the doorbell at 4 a.m. telling my mom to go in. And
was your mom mad?
Well, I think she appreciated that I got home safe, but I don't know. Yeah. But, cause what happened was so again, going back to I woke up, saw the bucket hat full of puke, looked at because once I saw a bucket hat full of puke, I was like, I don't remember fucking puking. And again, I don't even remember how I got home. So then I was like, fuck. So I started looking at my text, like, I wasn't even looking at my text for details. I was just scared of, like, who did I drunk text, you know? Yeah. And that's what I was really looking for. And then I saw my mom saying, like, who's at the door? And it was, like, at 4 something. And I was like, fuck. And then, because I knew it was me probably. And then, like, she finally woke up. I asked her and she told me all that. But, I guess when she opened the door, I was just like, they don't understand. They're not on my level.
Were you saying that?
I swear to God.
Bro, that's what you were telling us.
That's what she's told me. She said that I kept, she was like, I was like, what happened last night? She was like, well, you rang the doorbell at like 4 a.m. And then when I opened the door, you just kept telling me that they don't understand.
That's literally what you were telling us.
They're not on my level. And she said that I look sad. She said that I was sad that you guys weren't on my level. You guys can get drunk enough with me. But... And so then, so that
so funny.
So that all happened, and then I had like little specks of puke on my shirt, honestly, but it was mainly in my bucket hat. And then again, I got a text from my mom saying like clean the stairs. I go to my stairs like outside. Yeah. And there's just a shit ton of puke, and I reported. That's why I was asking if you saw me puke. But yeah, no, like that was like the most fucked up I've ever gotten in public. Yeah. So like yeah, but
That's so funny, dude.
It was pretty fucked, but
that was the most fucked up I've seen you, I think, in public.
No,
or
yeah,
ever,
like,
ever, I think.
Honestly, because even at the kickbacks, I've blacked out. I brown out. But
I would just black.
That night, dude, when he told me like we were at Pepe's, I was like, Pepe's was open, like literally. I was like, what? And then I looked at my card and I bought a drink at Pepe's. So I don't know if it was for me or whatever.
It's probably for you.
I remember when we were at Old Town, I just gave a random, like we had a rose and shit, and I gave it to a random person.
Really?
Yeah, but going back to the format, I only had one. I only set it up with one. So this was the main question I had for you for the podcast, because I think it'd be like an interesting thing to see through your perspective. But compared to like how you were in high school and how you kind of were in college, like how do you feel like that evolved you and everything? If that makes sense.
Like my experiences like from high school to college.
Yeah, because
like how I am now.
Yeah, like act like you were able to take a time machine and meet whoever you were in high school. like how do you feel? How different do you feel?
I was probably so different. I mean, in a different type of way though. I feel like I still have like the same like values and like the same like outlook on life.
Just a lifestyle difference in a way.
Yeah, a lifestyle difference, and I've just learned so much more like going through life and just experiencing things and like dealing with bullshit and just. I'm just better off, I'm, like, way more, like, calm-headed. Like, I just know, I've just been through, like, so many things that, like, I feel like, at this point, like, I can fucking take on anything, like, in life, like, anything that, like, any, like, real issue that, like, comes up, like, I know I can handle it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, dude, in high school, I was more quiet, like, kind of, like, stuck to myself and my homies, like, didn't, like, do too much. I never, like, fucking went in, like the bullshit, like, I never really, like, cared about, like, the same shit that a lot of people cared about.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, yeah, and then like when I went to college, like I looked at like that as like a opportunity to like like almost like start fresh, like get away from all the bullshit that I've been dealing with like for like high school and like everything, and then just like fucking put myself out there, like experience new things, fuck up, like make failures, learn from them, and like just keep going, and I just had like almost like an obsession with like bettering myself in like all these different ways, like mentally, physically, like all, I kind of like imagined I'm like pretty like hard on myself, so like I know like I can do better, like I can do better, like I can do this, I can change this about myself, or not like change about myself,
just
but
like,
I could do this differently, like
upgrade it.
yeah. Like start like building better habits in different ways, and then building off that, and like I just kind of like viewed myself. I was like really, I knew like where I was and who I was not like who
you could
like,
be,
who I could be, and who I like expected myself to be.
Okay.
Like I just kind of like was just like, and then like I became, like I said, like almost like obsessed with like just trying to like be better like all the time in like all these different ways, and like always trying to improve, and like just like keeping like a good outlook on life too, like keeping like the homies close, and like just trying to like have fun in life, and like not like take shit too seriously, and like still handle your shit, and then like but like make the most of life, because I was like, for like the way that I think, I don't want to like ever look back on shit and be like,
regret.
Why didn't I fucking do that? Like, why? I don't want to look back on like my 20s and be like, I was a pussy, like I didn't fucking do this just because I was scared, like I don't want it to ever be like that. Like I don't want to ever like look back on my life and like I didn't do something and I regret it, and it's like for a reason that I was just like scared, like I didn't want to do it, or like I was just kind of being soft, and I just want to like, because you got to kind of like be comfortable with being uncomfortable, and like keep like improving, and like keep going.
Because that was like, not to go gay on you right now, and it's not gay, but anyways, I'm drunk, but the thing that I appreciate about your evolution in personality was that like you didn't change who you were. I just feel like you were more open as to who you were, and you got to basically like share who you were more with people, because again, like from
I was more quiet before.
You were more quiet, and that's the thing, and I think again that's why like we have this, like that's why we bonded more like with like the weed and alcohol, like back, like just kicking back and just opening up, and just anyways not having a filter basically. But with you, when I look back on who you were when we first met, and I look back like literally today, there isn't necessarily like a big difference as to like your personality. It's just more so like you just got to experience more things. But I totally just lost track of what I was gonna say. But what I appreciate about you is that you didn't, you obviously change. Everyone changes, and who knows, but like you didn't. Your whole personality didn't fucking change.
Yeah.
And not to say that everyone's personality fucking changes, but like with you, bro, like
to who I was.
like you're Nick. You're still Nick.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing like when I look back on memories, it was like, oh yeah, Nick used to be this way. It wasn't like that. Like it's just like, oh yeah, that's Nick, and this Nick, and this Nick, and this Nick. But yeah, no, I don't know. Like for me,
no, I know that's a good way to describe it.
Yeah, like not to act like I'm your fucking like sibling or whatever, and like I'm proud of the way you grew up, but like but it's just like it straight up felt like I'm just happy for you, dead ass.
Dude,
honestly,
thank you.
No, like dead ass. But yeah, like that was the cool part of seeing, because again, like I said, everyone kind of somewhat little changes, like it's inevitable, everyone changes a little different with time, but I think what I liked about your aspect of changing is like you still stay true to your foundation, and you like act like it's a video game. You stuck to that storyline.
Yeah.
You just had you just got the benefits of that storyline after that. And it was just like I said, but
and I think that comes with like having an open mind about things, and also like being able to say no. Also, like I think that's a big thing. Like sometimes people just get caught up in shit, and like they're too afraid to say no, or whatever it is, and they'll just, before they know it, like they're going down a shit path,
Yeah.
And like, yeah, and it gets to the point sometimes where there's like no turning back, you know? And it's important to just like stay true to like who you are and like kind of remember where you came from, and you know, always keep looking to move forward, but like just know that like you know, don't change like who you are, because it's not going to work out in the end, you know?
Yeah.
It's just not, because like you fucking lose friends from like before or whatever, and then like, you know, you get into the wrong crowd, or you know, whatever the situation is. Yeah. So you just, and have open mind and just experience shit, you know? Yeah, that's what it comes about.
Well, with the last topic, I would say is fantasy football. Do you plan on auto drafting this season?
Dude, I do not plan on auto drafting. Dude, I know I auto drafted the last 2 years, but I'm not going to do it this year. I say I'm not going to do it this year. I said I wasn't going to do it last year.
Hey, who knows, yo?
But that one year where I did, the first year that I did, and I won, so like...
It worked out, honestly.
I've been
considering auto drafting low-key.
Dude, but like one thing I want to talk about Steve.
Oh yeah, bring up Steve, my bad.
Dude, so Tony got Steve completely wrong.
Is he really that older than
us? He's 2 years older than
I am. Oh my god, he made it sound like he was like 8 years
Tony
older
doesn't
than
fucking
us.
know what he's talking about, bro. This guy, he's dope as fuck. He lives in Seattle. Like, he's cool. Like, he's dope. Yeah. I met him, like, in middle school. I've known Steve longer than I've known Tony.
Yeah.
I met this guy, like, when I was in 6th grade. Do you know who Sean Hall is?
Yeah. I played basketball with him this year.
So, in, like, 6th grade, bro, I was playing fucking Minecraft with Sean Hall.
Yeah.
And, like, we were, like, playing, and, like, yeah, well, we were, like, trying to join a server or something, and he, like, Sean, like, sends me this server, and, like, we both join. End up, like,
so Sean didn't know Steve at all either?
No. We just joined the server. I'm, like, yeah, this is about how, like, go into, like, how we met him. So, yeah. So, this server, I end up, like, becoming, like a fucking faction leader in this server. Like, the biggest faction in the server. Like, there was, like, factions, like, you go to war against other people and, like, take all their shit. And we were, like, running shit, bro. Like, killing everyone, like, destroy all these other factions, and, like, became, like, the shit of the server. I was honestly, like, a boss, bro. And I was playing this game a lot, like, in middle school. And, so Steve owned the server. Yeah. He was like he was the owner of the server. Yeah. So he knew who I was, because I was just like
running shit.
I was like the main I was like the
before Games of Thrones.
I was the leader of the biggest faction, like, on the server. So, like, he knew who I was, and I was like the first guy. I was rich, bro, in that server. So I was like the first guy to, like, buy a shop, and I was like selling shit to people, dude, and I became like a mogul, bro. I was like, I had everything, bro. I had everything I needed. I ended up becoming, like, a moderator on there because like he like trusted me and
power,
shit, and I had and I was just like came out from the mud and, like, fucking ended up being a moderator and shit. I was like banning. I was like yeah, dude, it was. I was like banning people because they were talking shit
on your faction.
No, like, from the server, bro. Like, they were, like, really doing whack shit. But yeah, so, like, Steve, like, was just kind of like the boy, and, like, we'd, like, play games together. We, like, started playing Steam, and he kind of, like, showed me the ropes of, like, PC gaming.
Yeah.
So, like, he showed me, like, almost everything, like, and he would, like, buy me games and shit.
Oh,
like, for free. Yeah, he would just, like, buy me shit.
That's dope.
And, yes, and I was like, yeah. He's like, bro, like, I was like, dude, I can't buy that, like, I don't have any money. He's like, dude, I'm gonna buy this game just so you can play with me.
Steve sounds way dope in your perspective.
Dude, Steve is dope.
That's what I was about to say.
And
I really only got Tony's. I never actually heard your perspective.
No, Steve is dope as fuck, bro. I still talk to him today, and, like, we text, like, sometimes we'll, like, Snapchat. I know who he is. Like,
yeah,
he's, like, cool. Like, I want to go out to Seattle and, like, visit him, and, like he you know, like, he would, like, we would get, like, fucked up together, like, playing games and shit sometimes. Like, he would, like, smoke weed. We'd be, like, taking bong rips before, like, our League of Legends games and shit. He showed me League. He's the guy who introduced me to that.
Yeah.
And, yeah, we would just, like, play games all the time. And he was, like, and he was there for me, like, when like, my dad passed and shit. Like, so he's, like, the homie, you know? Like, he's, like, the boy. And, so, yeah, bro, like, he's dope as fuck. I want to, like, visit him. And, like, he became friends with, like a lot of, like, the gaming crew, because, like, I would play video games with, like, LJ, Chris, like, Max Pichardo, Tony sometimes, And the reason why like Tony and Steve hate each other is because they had like a rivalry. Cause like Tony was just a fucking dick ass like all the time, bro. Like you know how Tony is.
I was about to say it was like if you don't bond with Tony before that Tony comes out, it's like
yeah. Well, cause we'd be playing games, bro, and like Tony just be trying to like fucking destroy everything.
Tony in video games is a savage.
Yeah,
honestly,
he'd be trying to like fucking wreck everything, and like Steve, like they're kind of like opposites, but like they had like we would play different games like. Dude, all kinds of games. Yeah. Like we'd play Civ together.
I gotta tell you a side story.
Like one time, like Tony like betrayed Steve and Civ, and like, dude, they kind of like they would do shit to each other. They would betray each other or like fucking do some shit. And they kind of had like a rivalry. Like,
their only relationship was video games, so it was like that's
yeah.
What really,
so like they would get like they would both get angry,
sense,
and then like one time like Tony did some fuck shit. So like we were playing So we had I would like make like Minecraft servers with like mods and like dude we can like make like nukes like all these like cool shit like all these like fucking cool mods, dude. I would make like I was like a witch guy and I was like dabbling in like witchcraft and shit. I had these like voodoo dolls. Yeah. Where I can like poke, I can like make I could go like steal like a hair from like Tony's bed and like make a voodoo doll, and then I can like poke the voodoo doll and like fuck with the voodoo doll and it'll fuck with Tony like from across the server.
What the fuck?
It was tight, dude. The
Why
mods
don't we have that now?
It's like it's a lot to do. Like my computer's not even good enough to run. Yeah. So we would do shit and like warfare, like in Minecraft, like it's like it is what it is. You know, I'm not gonna get butthurt if like my shit gets burned down. But like if you burn or like destroy my shit while I'm not even online, like that was kind of like one of the rules. Like I have to be online for you to like fucking blow up my stuff. Like, and you know, I'm not gonna take it. But like, and then Tony. We were fucking up Tony bad, dude. We were shitting on Tony because me and Steve were like,
you guys in the server? Just you three?
Yeah. Me and Steve were like, we were like building a whole shit, dude.
Yeah,
we were like building fucking rockets. We were like going to the moon and shit. And Tony just like hated us, dude. Like, cause we had all this shit, and like Tony didn't have anything except a dubstep gun. That went, so like when you shot it, it would like play like techno, like dubstep. And Tony was fucking with me, and I fucking killed him and took his dubstep gun. And he got super pissed off.
That's the only thing he had, bro.
That's literally all he had. Like, that's the only thing you made. I was like, dude, you shitty ass dubstep gun is mine now. And he like came and he like, while I wasn't online, bro, destroyed like all my chests, like blew up my shit, like lost like everything, bro. And like had been playing for a while, you know. So and like Steve got like really fucking mad because like I was like, bro, like Tony destroyed all my shit while I wasn't online, like. I'm kind of done playing this game. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to just start, like, I was like, all right, like, I'm over it. And, like, that pissed Steve off because, like, Steve was having fun playing. Yeah. And then now I'm not playing. And, like, I was this guy who ran the server. And, like, it was just better, like, when both of us were playing.
When the King's playing.
So Steve fucking goes off on Tony on Skype. Like, just...
on Skype?
Yeah, dude, like, blows him up, like, talking all this shit. He's like, you motherfucker, bro. Like, you're such a, like a bitch ass, like you're just blowing up our shit, ruining everyone's fun, like you're such a shitty like fucking dude, like fucking figure it out, like because Tony was being an asshole, bro.
I feel it.
He was like kind of being unnecessarily and like Tony's the homie, so like
how old were you guys?
We were in middle school, bro.
Oh, dude, that's I could tell. Yeah, middle school. Yeah,
you know, like
there's no ethics in middle school.
Yeah, and like he was just being an ass, and yeah, so like Steve went off on him, and then ever since then Tony just hates Steve because Steve cussed him out, bro. Steve cussed him out pretty hard.
Okay, that makes sense. So that's the origin story then, right?
Yeah, that's how their like hatred started for each other, and
Well, what I was gonna tell you,
he was in our fantasy league and stuff the first year.
Oh, he was. Okay.
Dude, he had, bro. This was. In their prime, he had Adrian Peterson, LaShawn McCoy, and Jamal Charles all on the same team. Because and they were in their prime, bro. They're all really good.
I know they were in their prime.
Three RB1s, bro. And like, I forget who won. I feel like Steve might have won that year. Or maybe Tony. But that was when Tony was using the fake account that we knew was fake.
Yeah, he's totally...
We knew it was fake, but he thought he was so slick. And he's like, dude, it's my friend from San Diego. I was like, oh, the one that you've never talked about.
And then I used that persona to fake my death.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, now he's back. And then yeah.
Oh, my God. I never knew that much about the thing. So a fun fact about our Minecraft server that we have recently, and I'm gonna bring it up because we haven't really played in that long. Have you played like at all?
I haven't played in.
I kind of want to get.
I was
back.
playing a little bit.
I want to get back into it just to build. Honestly, I don't want any rivalries. I just want to build together. Honestly, but
that kind of makes it fun sometimes.
What ended up happening was I wouldn't blame Tony because I did have a fear of you in Minecraft. Cause you had the power and you had the experience, and cause there'd be times where you'd be like, "What you doing, Ashton?" Like you're just like, "What you doing, shit?"
I was never gonna fuck you up.
There's time, but I always had that fear, cause cause dude, there'd be times you'd be in my my little light tower, you'd be there, and be like, "What's up?" And I'd be like, but so we ended up I forgot exactly what you did, but you did something where it was like, okay, I gotta keep an eye on Nick, and we made this we made this secret society called the NPA, the Nick Klein Prevention Agency.
Really?
So
I did not know
did you know? Okay, so you made a base in a cave. Do you remember that?
I've made so many cave
Okay,
bases.
well you made a base in a cave at a hella damn. That means you might have never found it. So you made it in a cave. It wasn't like a makeshift cave. It was like a cave that was already pre-made. And you made it and you used andesite or whatever, the reddish orange.
Oh,
beige.
did you find that?
Okay, so this is what happened.
You guys found it. Did you steal my shit?
You never. We did, but you never.
I never went back.
Ah, you had good shit in there though.
I know.
You had diamonds, bro.
I know.
Okay, so this is what happened.
Damn, you guys found that.
Well, this is what I'm explaining. So you know how I had that strip mining base under my lighthouse, right? So I was strip mining, and then all of a sudden I opened up and it opens up to a cave, and I was like, "Oh fuck, I found a cave!" And I go in, and it's like lava, a bunch of shit lava, and then all of a sudden I see shit where it's like the game didn't make
It's like
this.
built.
Yeah, I was like,
it.
the fuck, and then like I thought it was like I didn't know who it was, but I was like, the fuck. So then, and we already had the MPA already, because we were gonna plan to like attack you, and and then fucking.
Dude, I'm so glad I ditched that base.
So then, dude, that's wild. Like, damn it. So
I've had multiple bases.
So
they're all kind of like that.
Honestly, that worked in your benefit because I was hoping you would keep that vase because I was gonna gradually just take a little bit of shit like here and there.
I had good shit.
And no, you did have good shit, and you had like silver and diamond. You had a bunch of diamonds. You had 18 diamonds. The reason why I know you had 18 is because I perfectly split it between us. Like I gave 6 diamonds each.
Really?
Yeah, but what happened was I found your base unintentionally. I was just strip mining, and then it led to your shit, and I was like, whoa, what the fuck? And I hit them up, and then they were like, no, it's not like none of ours. I was like, it's Nick's. I was like, fuck. And then I kind of just like strayed away, and I didn't do anything at the time. And then we were like, fuck it. And then because we wanted to start like a war, like we just wanted to have like a conflict in Minecraft.
Yeah, it's fun.
And then fucking I ended up, dude, like honestly, we need to get on the server. Honestly, like when you have time, bro, we'll get on the server. I'll show you it. But I had the strip mining, a bunch of different columns. There's one different column that has like cobblestone, and that's like the indicator of like that's towards your base, bro. Yeah. I got so legit. I made a little storage unit, and like because I thought you were using that because I didn't know you had that many bases, and I had like a bunch of furnaces to make like smooth stone, so that way I can just cover it back up like nothing happened. Bro, I thought, but then like after a week, there was just like because I was waiting for like diamonds and silver, but you weren't supplying it in that base, and I was like, damn, I don't think he uses this base anymore. And then you're making Nick farm,
made some other shit.
Nick Klein farm. And,
yeah, the farm was cool.
But yeah, so like that's like a funny fact with you.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, that's why like I thought you knew, and then you just moved bases and just like I just wasn't there when you found out. But yeah, I thought you knew. But yeah, so and
I had always planned to go back there at some point, but I was like, I never did.
That's so funny because what was funny was I was using because you know how you had a bunch of lava over there.
Yeah.
I was using that lava to bucket, so like you could clearly tell like someone was bucketing lava, and I just took the risk. I was like, I just need this lava right now.
Yeah.
I took that shit.
I thought about it. I was like, I probably should have built this shit farther away or something, but I was like. I ended up building a better base like right after, and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna stick here. And I was like, you guys never found it. It's still there.
It was straight. Me and Tony. What was funny was me and Tony like had the alliance, But then I realized like Tony Loki was manipulating me via Minecraft because then I was like I don't know, like Nick hasn't fucked with me, and like I'll fucking, but then because he would tell me like, oh, because what initially my impression was like when we first
Tony
had
was the shithead of Minecraft.
Well, because when we had the Minecraft server with Jesus' group, we burnt down the whole thing, and I was trying to make a secret tunnel because I always just like being the weasel and like just trying to see like how far I can go sneaking and shit.
And I recorded everything in a journal, and I wish.
And that inspired me to make that one journal. That's why when you open the journal, it was a bunch of Nick shit. But Nick has been, but anyways, like. I had that was my only impression of you via Minecraft, and I was like, oh shit, if he griefs these people, like he might grief me. But then like I started low-key, I'm not gonna lie, like when I started playing with Tony, I was like, damn, like I've been doing more
Tony's
shit with
fucker.
Yeah, I've been doing more fuck shit with Tony than like Nick has been trying. Like Nick hasn't recruited me yet to do fuck shit, you know? It's like more of like, let's do this and that. And I was like, maybe Tony's like, maybe I'm being corrupted.
He was
and then
corrupting
it was too late. I still want to fight in the battle arena I built, bro. I put hours in that shit, but I
still have so much more projects to do on that farm.
Honestly, I'm still down to play. It's just like when it came down to it, like I just felt like
I just kind of like I do that shit. Yeah, I always do that shit with games, bro. I'll play a game for like a while and I'll get super into it, and I just burn myself out, and I'm like, all right, like kind of don't want to. And like, bro, like nowadays, like going back to like fucking like bettering yourself, like I was like, I'm not trying to waste my time in fucking Minecraft all the time. You know, like
I feel you.
For a while I was getting into it, and I was like, dude, like I need to be doing more important shit than
honestly. Because, well, for me, it was like, because there's certain times in the day where, like, I'll binge TikTok or YouTube or Netflix or whatever, and I use my Minecraft as my hours of just wasting time.
Yeah.
Instead of all that. Because I wasn't watching shit. I wasn't on TikTok or anything. I would just put my time into Minecraft.
Yeah, and it's kind of good because like those TikToks and Instagram shit's so like brain dead, like scrolling. Like
it's just accelerated TV. It's
yeah,
like, it's as if obviously it's just like a minute or whatever, but it felt like it's funny, but like I don't get anything out of it.
Yeah,
like I'm at that age, and you're at that age too, where it's just like, is it like, does this benefit me? Like, how does this truly benefit me?
Yeah,
it just distracts
that's how
me
I'm at that age.
Amount of time.
Where like,
yeah,
I kind of always trying to do shit that like will benefit me in some way, or yeah.
So the official last question I have for you is your initial experience of your Eli Manning jersey.
Dude, I had no idea.
That was so long ago.
That was you.
Yeah.
Dude, so I go outside and there's like a present for me. At my door, and I'm like, what the fuck?
I was gonna ding dong ditch you, but I was like, I'm just gonna like assume that he'll get it. But
dude, I had no idea who it was. I thought it was like one of like the family friends. I was like, what is going on? And it was like no one in my family knew who it was. We're like, what the hell? And it was like, Eli Manning home jersey.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, like this is so sick. And I was just super hyped to have it, and I was like telling all my friends about it, and I was like, dude, I have no idea who it was. Like, I think it was like a family friend.
So I wasn't gonna claim it at all. I was just gonna leave it as a mystery. The only reason why is because then Tony just out of the blue just fucking said it was him, and I was like, fuck that.
He said that?
Yeah. Well, I don't
remember that.
Okay. Well, anyways, in the group chat, he's like, oh, it's me. And then
fuck.
And then I was like, no, I'm gonna fucking take claim. But no, I was gonna leave. To just leave it bluntly, like I just knew. Again, like I'm only just bringing this up because like now it's known. But again, I was just gonna leave it as a mystery. But I think it was when I was like first initially becoming good friends with you during that era of time, and then I kind of heard during that time something happened in your life, and I kind of like talked to my mom about it, and I was like, and I was like, I'm thinking of just getting him like a cool, gift and whatever, and then she ended up helping me get that gift, and I was like, bro, like Eli Manning home jersey.
Dude, that was the perfect gift you could have got.
That's why I say, well, because of fantasy football and everything, and I was like, bro, like, I was gonna get you a bootleg one, but I wasn't sure how long it was gonna take, because honestly, those are like a little more legit because it's stitched. But I was like, I'll get you at least like just so like it's not like just get you whatever. So I got you the one that the NFL sends. I was gonna wrap it up and keep it there, but yeah, like bro, like I was I was having the time of my life with you fucking just Eli Manning, and that became a catchphrase for us and shit. But yeah, no, I was dead ass. I just felt like it'd be more enjoyable to have you just be like, who the fuck sent you this?
Dude, yeah, I had no idea. I did not expect it to be you either. I thought it was like my neighbor.
Well, that's the thing, like, because again, it was gonna be like, I don't want to explain it again, like I said, but like time's gone. But I'm just saying, like, I don't like want to explain why. It was just more so just like,
yeah,
I appreciate something,
that.
bro,
That
just something.
Really nice.
But yeah, like, again, the only reason is because I don't know if you, I remember because but it's because I just remember, and Tony, well, never mind, the camera's off. But Tony, if you're listening, motherfucker, I hope you remember. It was just because he said it. He was like, "Oh yeah, I got it for you," and I think he was just like being like, I think in a way he was like helping me keep it a mystery. But I was like, "No, you're like claiming that shit."
Yeah.
Like, I was like, if someone's gonna claim it, like, yeah, I was like, if you're gonna claim it, I'm gonna fucking claim it then. But but yeah, no, I just wanted to keep that shit a mystery, and inevitably enough, it became like, honestly, probably the first catchphrases of our time frame.
It was good, dude.
Yeah,
I fucking loved it. I still wear that shit all the time.
Dude,
during Giants games, I'll wear
rings, bro.
I know, dude. He's the shit. He's the best Manning.
Yeah, he got 2 rings before the OG.
Yeah, he did.
Do you think Archie's gonna do shit?
Archie's the dad.
Or you know what I mean?
They're like
younger brother,
son, or no, they don't have a younger brother. They have the older brother has a son, who's quarterback.
Oh, what the fuck? I thought they were what the fuck?
So yeah, the older brother used to play wide receiver and he got fucked up.
Oh, yeah. And he just does like.
But the older brother has a son who plays QB, and he's getting older now to like almost to the point where like he's ready to join the NFL. Yeah. Fuck. And Eli has like all daughters, I think. Yeah. And then Peyton, I don't know if he has any kids. I'm sure he does have kids, but I don't know anything about them.
It's never like crossed my mind. Actually, since we're still here, fucking, I gotta pee real quick. Again, I'm gonna hear you. What is how did you become a Giants fan? Was it just kind of you were born into it, or did you become one?
It was kind of a combination of me getting born into it and like because my family is all originally from New York. Yeah. And we were all like, my mom was a super big Giants fan, so I kind of like was initially attracted to them. Like we would always root for them. And then in 2008, when they won that Super Bowl, I watched the whole game because we were supposed to go to a Super Bowl party, but I got sick, so we stayed home, and me and my dad watched the whole game, like just watched it, and dude, yeah, like we just watched the helmet catch, like everything, bro.
Dude,
and it was just
catch was insane, dude.
It was so hype, bro, and we were like, it was the coolest shit ever, and they won, and I was like a fan, and like. I ended up like getting into football and shit, and then they did the other Super Bowl and they were in it again and they were underdogs again, and they had that Mario Manningham catch, like just crazy shit like kept happening, like during both their Super Bowl runs, and after like both the Super Bowl, like I was hooked, bro. Like how can I not be like that's the team,
especially a Super Bowl, dude.
Yeah, 2 Super Bowls, it was always like we were just always rooting for the Giants, and then I watched them win 2 like dope ass Super Bowls against Tom Brady. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, both of them were against Tom Brady. That is wild, dude. Yeah. So I was wild. Like, I was hooked after like they could suck for as long as they want. Like, I'm just ride or die. Like, yeah. I used to always have a fucking Giants sweatshirt I would wear at school, and everyone.
I feel like you're repping San Marcos a lot more now.
Yeah, this is a good jacket.
It is pretty dope. It's champions.
Yeah. It's nice. Yeah, dude, so I've always just been a Giants fan ever since then. And, like, Eli Manning is the shit, dude. Like, yeah. He's just kind of like, he was just, like, a grind, like, always showed up, like, always just did well, like, didn't complain. Like, I felt like he was kind of, like, a good role model, too. Like, like just, like, handles his shit, like, looks towards the bright side of things, like, doesn't get, like, too caught up in, like, all the drama, like, just kind of, like, keeps his head down, grinds, like, does his thing, and, like, wins football games. Like, just does well. Yeah.
That's like, yeah, that is dope. I wish I didn't become a Jets fan, but I'm pretty hyped for this season. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm so hyped for this season.
I should went for Giants. But yeah, it's dope.
Hey, it's not too late.
Well, do you have? So the last thing I always ask is just like, do you have anything like in mind that you like wanted to bring up or anything like before we?
No, I just I wanted to set things straight with Steve.
Honestly, dude, Steve sounds way dope now.
Steve is dope as fuck.
Because I never met him.
Tony's just got his panties in a bunch and like. Steve cussed him out hard, bro. Steve was talking a lot of shit on Tony, and Tony got mad.
Yeah, I can understand if their relationship was only through video games, then he did that through video games. I could see that, but yeah.
No. And like sure, like Steve get fucked up with us over like the mics and shit, but like whatever, like we're all getting like kind of fucked up together.
It was just funny because I never got your side, like never ever in like the entire life of our friendship, I never got Steve's story because I always knew of Steve just because of
he's the boy.
Like D&D or something. Like that's when I initially heard about Steve. But yeah, he made it sound like he was like 8-10 years older than us.
No, he's like 2 or 3 years older than I am.
Did he live in this area?
No, he's always lived in Seattle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I've never met him in like real life, but like we have Snapchats.
Okay, I thought he lived, bro.
Like I know what he looks like. He's like some like 6'5", like Slovakian like white guy.
Slovakian.
Yeah, he's like always talks about he's like Slovakian.
I was about to say if you honestly like it's worth meeting up because when I did
I want to meet up with him sometime.
And he's honestly close enough.
He's cool too. Like he will get like fucked up and like
he's close enough, bro, where it's worth doing.
Yeah,
honestly.
I was in Seattle one time with like some family.
Yeah.
But it didn't really work out with like what we were trying to do and like what he was doing at the time. But yeah, I think I want to like take like my buddy Chris because like he became good friends with Steve too at the time, and I think it would be tight if like me and him go up there and like just visit Steve and like say what's up.
I would say based off my experience with like, and it just happened naturally. We didn't plan it. It was just like, oh, you're in California, like, hey, let's hang. And so the Fortnite music video I made. The person who filmed it was one of my YouTubers that I would YouTube with. So it was me. It was Alex, which you saw when I faked my death, and then it was Harold Joss. And Harold Joss, he lived in Texas, but he was coming down to visit family in California, and then I till this day I'm so fucking sad. Like it's all my fault, but basically he came down and I told him about this music video idea because he was getting into photography and filming. He's like, "Oh, bro, I can film the music video for you and edit it and whatever." And I was like, "Oh, right down." And for me, it was more so like I wanted to prioritize because I never met him. I was like, let's go airsofting and like hang out and chill. I was with Suge because Suge actually became good friends with Harold, believe it or not.
Wasn't Suge in the video?
Suge was in the video because Suge and him. So I was with Suge and then Harold was online. Invited Harold online and we were playing. And that was when Fortnite was big. And then I left and then him and Suge became good friends playing Fortnite and they actually like fucked with each other. So then I brought Suge with me. And then I kind of, like, this is all my fault. I kind of underestimated Harold's abilities because I've never seen him make YouTube videos. I've only seen his photography. He's talking about this camera he had. But the camera he had was, like, that classic, like, old school camera where it's, like, the rectangle with, you know what I mean? Like, it looked like it was just, like, a regular camera. And I was just kind of, like, I don't know if it was my ego. I was just like, okay, whatever. And it ended up, we just did one take for the video, and that's why it's just, like, one take. Ended up being the cleanest edited like video of my life where I was like I should have fucking because I had this whole plan out but I just was like I'd rather hang out like this is my first time hanging out with you. I'd rather hang out with you, bro, than like spend time making this music video. And on top of that what also influenced it was the idea of like I don't want to waste time on this video but then once I saw him edit this video I was like fuck, we should have put more time to it. But anyways, long story short, with that experience I think like especially at our age because my whole philosophy is like the older you get the harder it is to do shit like that. And like I'm just saying like whether he visits you or you have a reason to go to Seattle or you guys
I'm looking for one
or you guys are down to just get an Airbnb and just chill for a weekend in like Yosemite, you know what I mean, and meet halfway, like bro, do it. Like trust me, dude, do it because there's no awkward feeling.
Yeah, because I've known him for years and years.
There's no awkward feeling.
And we would talk like we would play games like every day, bro. Like just playing whatever, and like sometimes we would just hop on chat and like not even play games. We'd just kick it.
That's
and
dope.
like just like talking to each other. Like sometimes we'll like smoke weed or whatever.
Fuck, I miss being young. We're young, but like bro, something about 23. I feel old as fuck. But
I know.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to that next stage of like adulthood.
Yeah, because you're still 22, right?
I'm 23.
Okay, damn. Okay, so when you turn 23, because when I turned 23, after a month, I was like, I'm a fucking adult. Like,
that's how I am, bro.
There's no excuse after that.
It's been just over a month since I turned 23.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, your birthday.
In February.
But yeah, no, like for me, and I'm assuming it's a little bit the same for you. Is like when I turned 23 after a month, I was like, damn, like, I'm not I'm a young adult, but like it's just like.
I'm excited though, you know. I feel like I have like, you know, opportunity still.
And like
I'm just like I'm at the age where I can take advantage of shit, you know. I can like actually like start making money and start like doing like some cool shit.
Yeah.
Instead of like, you know, I feel like I'm getting to the point where like things really aren't holding me back, you know. Because when you're growing up, like you're young.
You did,
like,
that is true.
Shit, like,
when you think of it that way, that's true. Yeah, but anyways, fucking, we'll sign off here because I think you got the longest. You got the
really?
record.
How long is it?
I don't say it negatively. Well, it's at 4,000. I don't know what the fuck that means, but I remember when I would close for Tony and Dom, it was at like 3,000. But
oh, shit.
But anyway, so
man, thanks for having me on. I
appreciate
that shit.
Fucking like we're legit and shit. So the way we signed off is just I'll be like, my name's Ashton or my name's Chin, and then you say my name's Nick, and we just say and fuck you.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that.
All right. So my name's Chin.
My name's Nick.
And fuck you.